Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. What number are we? What number are we?
That's all, folks.
What? I said what number are we? 137?
137. I wrote it down.
Me.
See? It's right there. You can't see it because you don't have X-ray vision. But it is episode 137 of Don't Get Me Started.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm bewildered every time we hit another number, basically. But welcome in. I'm Alex. This is Jeremy. This is Don't Get Me Started. Thank you very much for coming in. Joining us once again. Thank you very much, Will, for the bits.
Biddies.
Yeah, hitting us up with those biddies. Aletha is subscribed as well. They're on an 11-month streak. What have you done for us lately? Nothing. Go fuck yourself.
Which means that we're nearly a year of broadcasting on this channel, which has come around quite quickly, actually.
Yes.
I mean, we're approaching the 1 year anniversary of DGMS 100, which was almost a year ago. Can you believe? Yeah. Easy brethrens. I get what you're trying to say. I feel like you're trying to be culturally appropriate there, so please don't. Can I ask you a question, please? Maybe. My mum hasn't brought any hot dog bunnies home.
I think Ali is having a stroke.
I think he means buns. Hot dog buns. Hasn't brought any hot dog buns home. Clearly uses the word bunnies more than buns on his phone. Is it acceptable to have hot dogs on slices of normal bread? Otherwise, I could just have fish fingers on them, but I really want hot dogs. Thanks. Right, well, I will very often
Agony with Alex.
have hot dogs. It's aga food with jazz.
Aga food.
Push pineapple. Have a hot dog in a slice of bread. TLDR. Yes. Just use a normal bread slice. Like, fold it in half.
You'd have to do something.
Like, put 2 hot dogs in it, or 3. Whatever fits.
It would be a bit weird.
But, like, yeah, just fold it, do it, eat it. Yeah. It's totally acceptable. In fact, you get a better bread to hot dog ratio if you don't use a bun. There's far too much bread in a bun for a hot dog.
Don't need the carbs, just eat the sausage.
Yeah, that's true. Or just cook yourself up some pasta and have pasta and hot dogs. That's nice.
Chop that shit up.
Mayo in there. Bit of bacon as well. You know, why not?
I'm glad to hear that they call them bunnies in the north. That could have been a bit of a faux pas next time I'm up there for...
They don't call them bunnies in the north. He's made that up, Alex.
I believe Ali.
He's trying to troll you.
I've come to a decision that I'm just going to believe Ali in everything he says.
It sounds like a mistake.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. I really would.
But I kind of think it might be fun, because it's obviously massively accepting, so I should just like...
It is massively accepting, and I know you like to do that.
But it's going to waste my time as well, which is why
absolutely going to waste your time. And you're going to say something like hot dog bunnies around...
Hot dog bunnies!
Around a group of hard as fuck Mancunians, and they're just going to cave your skull in for suggesting that they give you a hot dog bunny. Give you a fucking hot dog bunny. Smash.
Do you know what? If it does happen like that, if it goes down like that, then that's going to be a great story.
You'll have to find a new lawyer to sue your current lawyer, Ali.
Oh, yeah.
Law.
He's been my lawyer for a while now.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I mean, I think he might have lost his fucking mind.
Oh, I think...
Which is why
has he ever had it?
Yeah. At the beginning, I think.
Mm.
My ex made hot dog pasta where the hot dogs were skewered through spaghetti before being cooked, and it was the most vile thing I've seen.
I've seen people do that. It seems like a good idea to me.
Hot dog pasta, does that mean the hot dogs have already been cooked? Because maybe they're hot dogs that are going to be boiled in water.
Yeah, you can cook them inside the pasta. Okay. You probably don't want to, because pasta cooks longer than those hot dogs.
So you get the hard spaghetti in hard form, shove it through, and drop that shit in.
I mean, I think you like chop it up, and then you just put it through, like it's pineapples on sticks, basically. And you just put it through it.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
Hot dog pizza is banging, though.
Hot dog pizza? Yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that, yeah. Thanks for the bits, Tamsin. Must have been all that money you saved from stealing someone's clock.
What the fuck? You were saying about this earlier.
Yes.
So you saw Tamsin stealing a clock?
I witnessed Tamsin commit a crime, yes, yeah. So, to set the scene...
Please do.
It was a balmy summer's afternoon in the town of Folkestone,
yes,
where we live.
Yes.
And I was embarking on a walking journey to pick up my child from school. Yeah. The sun was shining, it was glorious. So, and I didn't have a car, that's why I was walking, in case that wasn't obvious. And as I approached the area in the place where I live that has a KFC on one corner and what used to be a pub is now flats called the Moore Hall on another.
The area which is known as Moore Hall, in fact.
There you go. I approached Moore Hall, and there was a bemused and bewildered Tamsinaki, seemingly like casing the joint, looking at this van that was parked on the pavement where it shouldn't have been, to be fair, just looking around, looking up at buildings, looking backwards, looking down the street, looking really, really shifty. And so as I approach further...
Her normal look.
Yeah, I mean, she looks shifty anyway, doesn't she? But even shiftier than
she looks
than
like
usual.
the characters do in the video game L.A. Noire, which I don't know if you've played, but all look kind of like...
I have not, but I assume it's just your usual film noir kind of
Yeah,
thing.
You're a detective. I'll tell you about it in a bit. You carry on.
And so as I approached Tamsin, I did what I always do when I approach Tamsin and said, "Hello, Tamsin."
Hoi, Tamsin!
And she immediately pointed at the ground at a clock that was just on the pavement. Rather nice clock. It looked like a pocket watch, but a full-size clock.
Huh.
And she said, "This is a nice clock, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah, it's a really nice clock." And she said, "Would you like it?" And I mean, I would, but I've already got one a lot like it, because I do, and that I inherited from my uncle. And she then followed up with, well, I'd quite like it. I'd quite like to take it.
It's like pavement clock.
I'm like, well, why don't you take it then?
What's preventing you?
It's been left on a pavement. Go the fuck for it. Like, it doesn't, like, think that you...
No one's around.
Yeah. You've clearly looked around and seen nobody around. I have approached you. Nobody else has approached you. Have at the clock. At which point she said, "Okay,
it up.
I will take the clock. But if anyone chases me, I'll blame you." And I said, "Okay, go for it." And she picked up her clock and fucked off.
What's confusing about this?
Is there only one thing, or are there many things?
The one I will say is, what is a clock doing on the floor? I mean...
that would be an obvious
because
question.
Because it isn't broken. It hasn't been dropped. It would have been damaged.
It looked like it was in pristine condition.
So it had been placed on the floor.
No scratch, nothing.
So strange. So strange. There must be a thief of time kind of joke in there, but I can't really put it together with any degree of amusement, so fuck it.
So what we'll say instead is that Tamsin's a thief.
Why
and you should watch out for her.
Why is it there? We don't know.
Well, it's not now. Tamsin yoinked it and put it up on our wall. So
standing there looking at things. Yes, so much to do. So many things to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, that story that took quite a long time. Really, I didn't want things to go that far.
We got
8:10 already.
Listen, we always say we'll start. We'll speed things along because inevitably, "Am I the Arsehole" takes forever to do.
It does, yeah.
We need to start that at like 9:20, and then really 9:10. Just to get it all done, basically.
Yeah, or we could start it now.
Immediately.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear it takes a very long time for us to "Am I the Arsehole?" Let's just do it now. It takes as long as it takes. Get the fuck on with our lives.
I endorse this.
All right, then.
Okay, go on then.
In that case, it's time for the segment we like to call "Am I the Arsehole?" Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Okay, I've got one here.
Okay, I've got one here
Hold
too.
on, I'm making me reach for my thing. I wasn't expecting it.
That's not how things are done. This upsets the natural world order. Whatever, Harmstone. Whose show is this? We do what we want.
Your audible has confused people.
Well,
this upset.
The only audible here is that we do it at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to do it at the end, okay? Chill the fuck out.
Omaha. You're here. I mean, how are you not ready?
Something to put in the sea. People who do things in the wrong order than the norm. We'll discuss that, but probably not today, because, we're on Am I the Arsehole now, and we all know what that means. I'm not ready! Okay, whatever. Which one is your one again? You can go first, I think.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes, you are.
Man, there's someone shouting at cunts.
Shouty loud pricks, shouty loud pricks, shouty loud pricks in Alex's street.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes, you are.
For publicly apologising to the kid I used to bully in high school. Am I the arsehole for publicly apologising to the kid I used to bully in high school? Sounds like redemption, but we'll read on.
Maybe he apologised by dunking him in a toilet.
Yeah. Remember this?
I don't remember you, mate. What did you mean you used to bully me?
How about now?
Okay, how about now?
Oh, yeah.
What's that? You don't remember me?
You don't remember me, do you?
Now you remember me.
So back in high school, 27F.
No wonder you're a bully who 27 in high school.
I was held back a few years, and I wasn't happy about it.
They do say that, bullies are trying to make up for their own shortcomings.
Yeah.
And if you're still in high school at 27, I expect you would be a bully, yeah.
So back in high school, 27F was a pretty well-behaved student and treated my peers well. However, there was one boy in my class I used to pick on / bully / attacking him.
Pick on / bully.
It's like pick on / bully.
That's a pick on / bully. It's a list.
Yes. On a regular basis. A regular basis. I won't go into details. Why not? If you're not, if not now, when? Is there a more detailed version of this on some other Reddit sub?
We've already covered that you slashed him, so
I won't. You don't need to know the details of this. Suffice to say,
I made his
right.
life miserable.
Just like, if not now, when? I won't go into details to why, as that's irrelevant to the overall post.
If no two hen.
When we graduated, I never saw him again. God, like many people, probably. I mean, listen, I'm not surprised. You probably didn't keep in touch with the people you were friends with, let alone with most bullied in your yearbook. Oh, I don't know why we didn't keep in touch, actually. Don't know what it was about it. He didn't seem to want to,
be my friend.
Be my friend after high school. Can't remember why. No shit when you graduated and never saw him again. Well, last month I went to a friend's birthday party, and to my shock, but nobody else's, he was there. Initially, I did not recognise him, capitalised.
He was difficult to recognise without the toilet on his head.
His underpants were in its normal place. They were not yanked up the back of his back. Oh, dear. Initially, I did not recognise him. But when someone said his name, I started to put the pieces together. Wow, this person was a grade A student. I heard the name of the person, and that made the cogs start to whir around.
I seem to have some recognition that I bullied someone with that name.
That name rings a bell.
I wonder if it was the same person.
How do we recognise people with... It's either the face or the name, and I didn't recognise the face, but the name was the thing that really got me there in the end. Thank God for the person's name. Not only was his personality entirely different, because I bullied the shit out of him, he was shockingly attractive, too. Oh, he's gone... I was going to say, I'm trying to think of who the person is in Harry Potter who gets really... Oh, Neville. He's gone a bit Neville. Neville was an unattractive person that became attractive later on, so he's done a Neville. I went up to him to chat, and his demeanour changed instantly. He closed off, spoke less, and made little to no eye contact. No shit. I tried to keep the convo going, but because I say things like convo, he didn't want to talk to me. But it was like pulling teeth, something I did when I was a bully. I did apologise, as I felt that's what he was waiting for. But he didn't really respond to the apology, at least not in the way I expected. I jokingly said that I won't beg for his forgiveness forever, and that you can also can't hate me forever.
We probably can.
I mean, if this was me...
He's had years of practice.
He wasn't paying attention. So I decided to put this entire drama to an end. I grabbed the karaoke mic...
and sung Teenage Dirtbag.
Yeah.
I've got 2 tickets to Iron
That would be amazing.
Maiden, baby.
That needed to... Sorry seems to be the hardest word.
Times it's just, no! Don't! No!
It's a sad situation. I don't know what other songs you would sing if you wanted to say...
There aren't many apologising to the person
Justin
who used to
Bieber's
bully songs.
Sorry. I say sorry in that. I can't actually remember how that goes, but... He wasn't paying attention, so I decided to put this entire drama to an end, which, by the way, let's not forget, I started. Both now and in high school. I grabbed the karaoke mic and publicly apologised to him at the party. I said that I'm truly sorry for how I made him feel in high school and that I was a stupid, mean bully. I also said that I'm totally down to hang out whenever he wants to, so he can move past his hurt. I actually got cheers.
Way! Good job, bully.
So I thought I did a good thing.
Everyone loves a bit of bully.
Can't beat a bit of bully. I got some cheers for... I thought I did a good thing. However, he was angry and asked to speak in private, which is what I've been trying to do before. Idiot.
I don't feel like you've accepted my apology. I'd like to speak to the manager, please.
He basically called me a fucking moron and crazy. I mean...
Both accurate. Yeah, seems fair.
We started arguing, and I told him that a public apology was really the only way to get things going, apart from the personal apology that he did, that she tried to do before, basically. But he called me a selfish, attention-seeking arsehole who can't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
So am I truly the arsehole here? I read somewhere that putting things out there is the best way to heal / get over things. This person, I love how this person has read. Do you know what? I don't know. They don't have any awareness of life
Absolutely
and
no.
people.
Self-awareness.
They're like a robot.
World awareness.
I have read that if it's a bit like Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory. I heard that if you do this, then that's going to get us past that. Like no empathy whatsoever. It's like, I understood that if I said this out loud, people would respond. Why didn't he respond? I don't understand.
The other guy should have got up on the stage, grabbed the karaoke microphone and said, I've got a song that I'd like to dedicate to Mr. Bully there. It's called Go Fuck Yourself, You Narcissistic Cunt.
It's... Drop the mic. I gave a bigger shit about being forgiven and no care about the victim. Yeah, exactly. Like...
Yes, it was all about him. There was no... if you haven't finished it...
Yeah, I'm done. So am I truly the arsehole here? Says she, in fact.
She?
Yes, it's 27F.
Oh.
Yeah.
I missed that.
No, I detect that now. I was trying to explain it because I think we presumed that the person was a boy. Because boys bully.
They do.
Which isn't true.
No.
But it is true. But it isn't exclusively true.
It is not, no.
But this goes to show there's a bias there. But it only so happens. So, like, so I love it. It's like, I won't go into details about why and what I did to bully, but I met up with them later, saw them, and then I kind of sort of went up to him. I love this person has no understanding of the world. I went up to him to chat, and his demeanour changed instantly. That was very confusing. He closed off, spoke less, and made little to no eye contact. I don't know what was going on. My robot brain detected that he was anxious. It's like,
yeah.
You know, the Terminator when it detects things.
In fact, this gets worse if it was a girl bullying a guy.
Yeah.
That makes it worse, because, yeah.
I won't beg for your forgiveness. You can't hate me forever.
Women can be cunts too, Jez. This is 2023. Sheesh.
Totally down to hang out whenever he wants. Listen.
Listen, I know that I made your life a living hell during high school, and that I made out that you had a micro penis, and that you'd never ever get laid in your life, and that you would die alone. But I'm totally DTF now, so call me. Yeah.
She only cares because he's now attractive. Yeah. Now he's sexy. It's like, who's that hot stud? Oh, it's that person who used to bully. I'm gonna need to find a way around this so so that now it can hang out. That's it. So down to okay, we can hang out now. You're much more attractive. I would never have bullied you. That's basically what it said. I would never have bullied you if you were
if
sexy.
you looked like this in high school, I'd never have bullied you.
I mean, you get me, right? You know where I'm coming from, right?
You understand why I bullied you.
You would have.
You'd have bullied you too.
You would have bullied you. Well, I feel that she's an arsehole.
I think that is fairly
I'd love to know what they say.
Clear. Yeah.
This person has no understanding of the world. Terrible.
Do you think she's fit though?
Yeah. All mean girls are fit.
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen the film Mean Girls. They're all fit.
Facts. Thanks for subscribing the XGN channel. Please do not read into the fact I'm about to press a stamp that says arsehole on it. We are not referring to you. We are indeed referring to this shit cunt who thinks it's okay to bully people and then humiliate them in front of many other people. They are an arsehole.
I just read what Robo-Rita said. Number 1, cunt munger. Cunt munger?
I've not heard the word munger before, but I like it in this context.
I presume it might actually be munger, like cunt munger. But I like the way I read it like...
As in a keeper of cunts.
Yeah.
Rather
cunt monger.
Yeah.
Like, come and see my wares.
Instead of an ironmonger, it's a cunt monger.
Yes.
Yeah.
You go into their shop and there's all these cunts just sitting around.
Aren't we the cunt mongers?
Yeah, we are the cunt.
We are the cunt
purveyors of fine cunts.
Yes. You come to us for all of the cunts.
Grim is kind of an arsehole, so... well, welcome in. Number 1 cunt munger. I kind of like saying it like that, without a hard G.
I want to know if it was intended as munger.
I'm certain it was.
Or whether munger is what was gone for, because now I want to know what munger means.
Robo-Rita is the artist formerly known as Borg.
Correct.
Or the many other, because Rita is a character from the thing that you like.
Yes.
But God, I can't think of his name.
I'm not going to help
Rangers,
him.
Power Rangers.
That's the one, yes. Yes. Yeah.
Do not look up munging.
Okay. Ooh, interesting.
Do not. Khajiit has cunts if you have coin. I don't know whether I'll get a better time. No, I'll talk about it. Remind me to talk about cunts later. I got to talk about that.
Let's talk about a cunt now.
Oh, wait. I knew a Duncan Munge, says Tamsin. I knew a Duncan Munge as well.
You are both from the same town and you're roughly the same age. This is not really surprising.
No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm surprised by it. But when I was reading number 1 cunt munger, part of the reason I read Munge like that was because of Duncan Munge. I think my friends once put Wotsits in a Coke. Pretty bad stuff, isn't it? Like got a can of Coke and they just kind of scraped the Wotsit, so it all kind of went into it.
Well, that's just wasteful.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to hurt him or make him do bleh things or anything. It's just, oh, there's Wotsits in my Coke. I can't drink that now. That's quite a shit practical joke, really. Yeah. Oh, I've just looked up munging.
Of course you did.
Well, I look forward to not looking that up and hearing secondhand what it is from my wife later on.
Mawab. I warned you! Wish I could mentally undo that Google search. Brogan, welcome in.
I'm very intrigued.
Listen, the XGN channel.
You were warned. It's
Told
not like
you.
It's not like you weren't warned in capital letters. It was shouted from the rooftops, and yet you persisted.
We have to look these things up for you. Well, no, you don't. But you have, and, cheers. By the way, you've looked it up for us only to tell us now what we already knew, which was not to look at it. So I don't know we were any further forward. Keris didn't look it up. She was just grossed out by the fact that Duncan Munge ate soggy fucking...
Can we,
What's it?
Can we have a family-friendly description of what it is?
I don't even want to know. Is there a possible... How can there be a family-friendly description of this when munging turns out to be some sort of sexual practice where you shave a chihuahua and shove the hair up your ass or something like that?
It involves a graveyard. You go and masturbate with somebody's tombstone. Is that it? You put a tombstone up your cunt?
No.
You shave a tombstone into the shape of a dildo and put it up yourself. Is that it? Is that what a munge is? Going munging, you've got to take your chisel and hammer with you.
Let's stop guessing.
Some kind of angle grinder to smooth off the edges.
sexual. We know it's sexual.
Necrophilia is part of it.
Well, we're...
Angle grinder to get into the coffin, then. Is that what we're saying?
Why is there an angle... I think Alex knows. Alex has an idea of what awful shit it might be, yeah.
Why is it called munging and not just necrophilia?
Part of it!
Are there degrees of necrophilia? I just thought it was all fucking dead people, to be fair. But anyway, shall we move on?
Please.
Okay. Let's see what
go on with the res.
What other things we can discover in our next Am I the Arsehole? Am I the Arsehole?
Yes.
Am I the arsehole for devastating my wife over my son's nude calendar? Am I the arsehole for devastating my wife over my son's nude calendar? Now, devastating is a quote.
I mean, listen, that's a word to be using.
It is.
I blame Brogan turning up. Classic Brogan.
Things always go wrong when Brogan turns up. It's true. It's because he's a Jets fan. More on that later.
Oh my, the wheels have come off. This is your fault. Itering at the start. I think this has been the best decision you've come up with.
Also, nobody said that this was the start.
No.
Who decided this was the start? I didn't say this was.
No,
did you say this was the start?
No, we did not say it was the start.
Nobody said it was the start. We're just doing Am I the Arsehole?
I mean, listen, I've got to get to... Listen, I will come on to later, if there is a later. I've written down Baldur's Gate 3, but...
Well, it might be what you're doing. So.
We can get through this, then I could very quickly go back to playing Baldur's Gate 3, and that would be amazing.
There we go. Well, I'll get on with it then. Am I the arsehole for devastating my wife over my son's nude calendar?
Yeah.
Now, you could read this in a different context, and it could be devastating my wife literally over my son's nude calendar, and then that gets even weirder.
Is that munging?
It's probably munging. Is the son dead? So, my M45 son, Cole, of course he's called Cole, is a freshman college athlete getting a jump on training.
Okay.
Apparently, there is a British college rowing team that puts out a beefcake nude calendar.
Beefcake!
Beefcake! Beefcake! A beefcake nude calendar of their team as a fundraiser. Apparently, it has become quite a thing. Relatively famous. Only since, 1950. Keep up.
What, people making, like
suggestive, provocative calendars.
Like calendar girls.
Yeah, I think firefighters have been doing it for quite some time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So they make a calendar, and they're all like, if they're a rugby team, they're all holding rugby balls and stuff like that, and they're all like, shit.
Yeah, like humping goalposts and stuff. Yeah.
So, and then they sell it for money to raise charity money. Yeah.
Or for themselves,
Yeah.
Charity begins at home.
Yes.
I guess the boys got together and decided to do the same thing.
I guess they did. Otherwise, this doesn't work.
High quality printing and absolutely A+ photography, and came up with this really slick product. They used oil. It is selling well on campus, and at this point, it's going to be on pretty much every girl's It is selling well on campus, and at this point, it's going to be up on pretty much every girl's dorm wall.
Right, can I just pause you for a moment? Because several people said 45. 45. It's because you said my 45. Right?
Yeah.
Because the person...
The op is 45.
The dad
their
is 45,
son, Cole, is not.
Is a kid. So that often almost threw me for a loop as well, but that's the way they word it. My 36, whatever, but that's how it works.
Yes.
But this thing, the dad is 45.
Brimful of Asher, dad is 45.
45.
What was I saying? Yes. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to be on pretty much every girl's dorm wall.
That's fucking amazing.
And some guys' dorm walls as well. Lol.
Wink. Do you know what? I would love to have been in a calendar like that, knowing that loads of girls would have me on their fucking wall. That'd be amazing. In fact, I'm happy to do it now. In fact, let's just cut out the calendar idea. If you want a picture of me,
just get naked now, mate.
I'll just be me in front of this like that, It
doesn't work with the paper. There you go.
I might need two, actually, of these, because... And then we can raise money for ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
As I said, charity begins at home.
Yeah.
We're at your home.
Just me kind of
Close enough.
always be calendaring. Oh, shut up, Tamsin. You want one? I know you do. I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture now.
And some
each month alternates a hap and nap caption too.
Nice. Yeah. Is this the arsehole? And it's just somebody's arsehole. Whose is it? Mine or Alex's? You'll never know.
It's Reese's. Joke's on you. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. Carry
on. They've made decent money to help fund the team, but most was donated to a children's cancer charity.
Cool.
Pretty amazing.
That is amazing.
We didn't know anything about this until Cole came home and proudly presented us with a copy. His month is May. It did not go well. His mother almost had a stroke. Wailing.
To the camera, to the calendar.
She stroked off to the calendar.
That's really unnecessary.
Yeah.
Is that munching? I'm not too sure.
His mother almost had a stroke. Wailing, hyperventilating, weeping.
Oh, fucking hell.
Apparently, she is too, quote, mortified for words.
Get a fucking grip. Is this the mum, you say?
Yes.
The mum is unhappy to see her son
in this
way.
With his balls out. Yeah. It probably hasn't got his balls out.
I was going to say that's mumging. I almost said I didn't want to interrupt you for a
Mumging.
billionth time, but yes, that is mumging.
She is too mortified for words.
Get a grip.
To comprehend that a bunch of college girls are going to have a picture of her baby in the buff on their walls for 1 month.
Probably longer. Some people won't change that calendar over.
I've still got my calendar on fucking March.
Some people will be like, I think we need to stay on May.
It's been fucking Drew McIntyre for months.
How did the mum not know this was happening? Do you know what I mean? Was this the first time in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, away at college.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't come up on the weekly phone call. So what did you do this week, son? Oh, I got my kit off for a calendar. Comes out next week.
Surely it would come up.
Who knows? A bunch of college girls are going to have a picture of her baby in the buff on their walls for 1 month. And what will her friends think?
They're buying that calendar.
They are. They are the main source of revenue for this cancer children's charity now. I think it's ridiculous. A calendar of naked guys is nothing to get worked up over. They're all technically adults. Well, they're all actually adults because they're at college.
There's no technicality about this.
They are
legally. They are all
legally,
adults.
physically, figuratively, other illies, adults.
Our friends will definitely have a stroke.
And maybe even a munch.
Could be worse. It's one photo, not like he's doing OnlyFans. It's a slippery slope.
Especially if you apply the oil that we talked about.
Yeah.
They're all technically adults, and I'm proud of the boys' ingenuity and confidence. I'm sure it took some balls to do that, figuratively, not only literally, and give the money to charity. Amazing. I told my wife that she should lighten up. I'm sure that ended well.
Yeah, I was going to say, she went, oh yeah, I should lighten up.
You're
really.
right.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for pointing it out, honey. You are quite right. I should just lighten up.
Now that you put it like that.
Why didn't I think of that? That if I looked as good as he did at that age and had been as handsome and tan and fit, I would have done it too. The calendar is not X-rated and not porn. Okay, it's pretty damn racy and definitely pushing the limits, but no one's business is really exposed, thanks to judicious poses and props and such.
Of course! What did we think you were going to do? Oh shit, you can see my dick. Do you want to put something in the way of it?
Spread eagle arsehole out. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, now.
Although they are definitely pushing that exposure to the absolute max. I have to admit, if anything was shifted the tiniest bit, you'd be able to tell the boys' religion, so to speak. Because some of them might be circumcised.
I understand.
Just in case. But they kept it all legal enough. I mean, being naked is also legal, just to make that clear to you, mate. They could have been cock out on camera and published it, and it still would have been legal. That happens a lot. But they kept it all legal enough, and they obviously want it to sell. Fine, who cares?
What's the problem here?
His mom, though, is insisting that I do something about it.
What are you going to do? Go back in time and stop them?
What am I supposed to do? What's done is done. Stop them! You can't stop what has already finished.
No.
Get them back!
Have you never watched The Time Machine? You can't change the past. That's literally the takeaway from this.
But have you watched The Flash? Because you can change the past.
I haven't watched The Flash.
Yeah, you fuck up things horrifically, but at least you'll get the calendars back.
That's true. Man, if you could go back in time and he's like, shall I stop JFK from being killed or shall I stop my son being in the calendar?
Definitely the calendar. Where was I?
If it's good enough for Miriam Margolyes.
She's not very well, apparently.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so, get well soon, Miriam Margolyes.
100%.
Rhymes with gargoyles. Get them back, she says. Seriously? You know that's impossible, right? Punish him!
Punish him. Punish him!
For what? How? Also, he'll probably like that.
What year are you in? What year? What year is this? Punish him! The boy must be whipped!
Cue more hysterics. And now she's not even speaking with me for not supporting her, and is ashamed to show her face to her friends, who I'm sure couldn't care less about some college boys' pictures from 600 miles away.
This person needs to get a fucking grip.
And for what it's worth, Cole's girlfriend is totally on board with it. My wife called me an arsehole, but not in those words, but not taking her side. So, am I the arsehole?
No!
Perhaps I am the arsehole for not seeing things from my wife's point of view and not sympathising with her, but I don't think I am. And you would be right. You are not the arsehole.
You are not the arsehole. No one's going to think that you are here. I told my wife there wasn't even a whiff of munging, and all was above board.
Not even a slight tinge of munge.
No need to show your face, or your friends are looking at your son's cock. NTA, NTA, NTA.
It's his life, says Karis, quoting her favourite band, Bon Jovi.
Yes. It's his life, it's now or never. That's true. That's true.
Gonna put my cock on a calendar.
So, shall we press the button?
Push the button. Am I the arsehole for devastating my wife over my son's nude calendar? What say you?
Nay. Not the arsehole. Get a grip, as I've said. What a fucking idiot. This mum, seems really fucking highly strung. I can't imagine. This person, this dad, must have so many stories. There must be repeat stories in Am I the Arsehole on Reddit. And she's probably responsible for loads. If it's not this, if it's not one thing, it's your mother.
See, when I was reading this the first time, I did have kind of visions of your mother perhaps reacting this way. Should you take part in a nude calendar?
Well, my mum did once ask me if I'd sent... She told me once, as I may have said, and several people have heard as part of a stand-up routine, that she said, do you know, Alex, that some people take pictures of their bits and send them to other people? Mm. You wouldn't do anything like that, would you? And I said, no, mother. Of course I wouldn't. That's ridiculous. And we moved on with our life. So I can't imagine that she would be particularly happy to hear that I'd done this, but I think she would. She also has a kind of, I want to say, like a frivolous sense of humor, like a kind of whimsical sense of humor. So I think she'd probably be okay with it. It sounds very silly. Papal conclave charity calendar. There's just me with a fucking thurible. You know, the big kind of smoking kind of like thing on a chain that you get, just like hanging it down like this.
Oh, I wouldn't put anything that hot next to my car.
Don't worry, I wouldn't actually set it on fire. It'd be stone cold.
And then CGI in the smoke afterwards.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's the bottom line.
Photoshop does wonders.
But covered by a mitre. Honestly, if I did an entire calendar and it was all religious based, like. There's me with a covered with a mitre and stuff like that, and various other religious things.
You would be disowned.
I would about to say that I would be disowned immediately. My dad would just be like, "What on earth were you thinking?" Just like, well, I thought it'd be funny.
Dad, I was thinking about the money.
That fucking hot Catholic dollar that you get. Totally worth it, though. I could be reading a copy of Karen Armstrong or kind of like, you know, that book you wanted me to read that I accidentally... It is real callback. Karen Armstrong, the you know, the Understanding of God or whatever it's called. And I'd be like, oh, this is really good. And there's just me with a Bible just right here. Something like that. And I'm like, oh, Dad, I'm reading Karen Armstrong.
You'd have to get I've forgotten what they're called, but the cloaky things that change colour based on the time.
Yeah, like the Chaucerable is what they are.
The biblical calendar and all
the
that
robes,
kind of
the
thing.
albs. Alex for Pope. There's never been a better time to get your hashtag Alex for Popes out. I mean, if I ever did make it to Pope after that, they'd be like, "Oh, weren't you the young man who did the Catholic Church calendar?"
Yeah, and it paid for your roof, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's how we got this roof. Oh dear God.
We built this city on cock and titty.
It would be a cardinal sin.
That's the name. That's the name of the calendar.
Cardinal sins. Cardinal sins.
That's
and there's
that's
me with
7 of them.
A quirky fucking mitre.
And yeah, touching your lip and looking
Yeah,
suggestive.
there's only so many coy things, you know. Yeah. And maybe one of them could be slightly like standing behind a pulpit. Like, so you just see my top half and I'm just behind the pulpit. Candle. Obviously a candle.
Candles are the ultimate phallus, yeah.
Do you know what? There's such a thing called the Paschal candle, which is the big fucking mega fucking candle. It's about this big, and it's got like a big kind of a red cross on it. It's used at Easter. It's, you know, and it's huge. It's a really fucking big candle. That's what I need. And if you're standing there with this ridiculously too big phallic symbol like that, oh my God! If my dad ever watched this, oh God, what am I saying? What the fuck am I saying? He's never gonna watch it. This will be the one time my dad has gone to visit my brother, and my brother's put this on because Hannah's told him to. And I'm like, I'm gonna get the fucking Paschal candle. Oh my God! And my dad would have a heart attack.
He'd probably be on the phone now, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put an end to this now. I'm just gonna call him.
Someone send it.
Yeah, we'll send it to him on DVD. It's probably still got a DVD player, is he?
Yeah. My dad will never see this. That's not a...
He's just checking his phone.
Just making sure I'm just getting a message from my dad.
Yeah.
My dad has notifications silenced. So, probably because he doesn't want to hear any more of that shit. Right. Let's move the fuck along.
Okay. Well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. Right, see you next week. Bye, guys.
I really wanted it to be the end.
Oh,
Baldur's Gate doesn't play itself, Jeremy.
We're fucking back. Did I press the wrong button? Let's try it again.
Rewind.
It's not working, Alex. I guess we're going to have to carry on.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go right into find out what everyone's been doing this week, and us too, in a segment we call This Is Happening.
Should have pressed this earlier.
In a world filled with haps and naps, 2 men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Thank you for dropping 138 bits there, Tamsin. Appreciate your leaning into the bit, as it were, in every sense of the word. Well, in 2 sense of the word. So if you want to join in and say what's happened, what's nap, then you can use the channel points to do so.
Can indeed, and I didn't clear them either, so there are some from last week. You're concerned about moths and flies again now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, you see over there, I don't think I can... I'll see if I can get...
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
We see, I
Got him!
Can I just move this up a moment?
You can. I'll just show everyone the moth I just got. Hello! I am a moth. Or I was a moth. And now I'm dead.
Oh, dear. My leg went.
Is he dead? Is he dead? He's not moving.
Look what I've got here.
Oh, yeah! I want one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. That's a beautiful one.
Okay. Well, do you want to take this and zap it with it? It's currently on.
Just smash it against
No, this is the purpose of this thing.
I know, but it's too big for that. Like, look at it.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. New balls, please. Fuck me. Moth killer.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this now. There's tissue or whatever. I'll get one of those.
Oh no, I was going to sit on my leg again, lest it not be numb enough. Numb enough.
It's numb enough. I'm sorry. Right.
Yeah, Aletha.
Oh no, look, that moth still lives. It's trying to get away.
Aletha, ever the fan of solutions to our problems. I'm going to sneeze now. I decided to buy this fly swat thing. You switch on.
And it electrocutes the
and
fuckers.
And it electrocutes them. You just wander around the place.
Yeah, I love those things.
Excuse me.
It just fell past the camera. Nice. Well, I definitely got it this time.
Grim.
Because I crushed it. Now then, what are we doing? Oh yeah, this is happening. It's the segment in which we share all the things that are hap, the good things, and nap, the bad things. And you can do the same.
Things and the bad things. Bless you. Thank you. Very kind of you. Very sweet. Thank you.
Right, shall I get mine out of the way? Because I think anybody that knows me knows what's nap this week.
Yeah,
It's
go for it.
Fucking Bears. The Chicago Bears. And I'm not going to talk about it because we sportsed it up a bit too much last week.
I appreciate that.
And quite frankly, I don't want to talk about it. But the Bears are nap. Fuck every other team.
And the Bucks are hap.
And the Bucks are going to beat the Bears next week as well. So I'm still going to be pissed
With
off
any
about it
luck.
next week.
Talking about football, but about gambling, good news, I won all my cash bets.
I lost both of my cash bets.
You may recall, maybe you don't, that I was fretting about whether I was going to win anything last week, and mainly it came down to 3 players, which for your purpose was Tyreek Hill, Justin Herbert, and Austin Eckler. And I went home, and they just scored fucking bonkers amounts of points, and so I made money. Thanks, American football. That's what's happened for me. Made money.
Aaron Rodgers for the win, am I right? Now that is hap. Couldn't have happened to a nicer prick. Going out.
He's not a nice
guy.
I don't want him. I don't really want anyone truly hurt, but like he is not a great guy. So I'll let everybody else.
I don't tend to want people hurt, but people like Aaron Rodgers, I'm totally fine with it.
But yes, things I've written down. DFS Bucks. Oh, Baldur's Gate. Now that's going to come up in Aletha's.
Now,
hats.
yeah, it already has. Yes. Now, what is this Baldur's Gate? Because for weeks I've only heard people banging on about 3 things, and I don't know what the fuck any of them are. Okay, so maybe you can help me.
Okay.
The first of which is Baldur's Gate. Right, put a pin in that. We'll come back to it.
Sure thing.
The next is Starfield.
It's the Starfield. Yes, actually, I watched a video about that on YouTube, so I know what that is. It's a video game.
Right.
And it's meant to be like all sandboxy and cool. It's meant to be a bit like, I think I understand it, although I saw a video and the face rendering looks fucking ridiculous, so... But it, as Polaroid people are like, this is the greatest fucking game I have ever seen. False, that's Deathloop. And other people are like, this is the worst game, what the fuck, and it's shit. So it's a game, I think Fallout 4 in space. There you
Never
go.
played Fallout 4. So.
I was going to say, Skyrim in space. It's a big sandboxy thing. I will eventually
Has it still got all of the bullshit of Skyrim that I don't like?
What did you not like about Skyrim?
All of the fantasy bullshit.
Yes. Then no, it doesn't, because it's sci-fi. So you probably might like it.
Huh.
Because it's like open world wandering around in space.
I will just click allow on this auto mod message and allow Dr. Fruitbat to say the word butt fucked. Baldur's Gate is a game where an elf gets butt fucked by a full-size grizzly bear.
Can I just say...
Is that munging?
Is that munging? Yeah, so Starfield is a big open world sci-fi game which people are talking about, and it sounds like something I will love, so I will play it.
Okay.
But it's in a queue behind fucking Do you remember when I wanted to get a PlayStation 4? It was ages ago. I was waiting for the price to come down. And I waited for the price to come down. I do
remember it. It came up very recently on the DGMS Friday reruns.
Oh, cool. That's how long it's been.
We followed the path. Yeah, it was 3 years.
And I wanted to get Red Dead Redemption 2 with it because I really want to play it, and it looks amazing. And it does look amazing. Great, great, great game. But then I never played Red Dead Redemption 2 because it wasn't because I wanted to stream it. And I never streamed it properly because it was too popular to stream. It would have been the wrong kind of ratio. So as a result, I never played it. And now I realise the other day that it's still waiting to be played all these years later. So I need to play Red Dead Redemption 2 and playing Dishonored 2, which is fucking incredible. And all I love about Dishonored 2, because it's just like Dishonored and obviously just like Deathloop, made by the same guys, is just me wandering around rooftops, shooting guys in the back of the head with a crossbow bolt. Fucking incredible. I've got to play 2077, got to finish No Man's Sky. There's so many games! But Baldur's Gate is the third of the Baldur's Gate installments, and the original ones were quite some years ago. And it's like
what was the first one? Baldur's Garden Path, and then
go up the path a little
bit. And then Baldur's Latch.
Yes, Baldur's Latch. And finally they've managed to afford a whole gate.
Yeah, maybe a step. Baldur's Step. They should go up the garden path.
It's like a top-down, turn-based, Dungeons and Dragons based game. So if you won't like it, but if you like Dungeons and Dragons, then you make a little character like that and you run around the fantasy world doing stuff. And it's really, we've only played it for about 2 hours and we're just totally hooked about it. It also fulfills what we were talking about a few weeks ago. Myself and Aletha trying to find a co-op game, a bit like Divinity Original Sin 2, that we wanted to play, but would allow us to play it without having to pay for a PlayStation Network subscription to play it, which is what was happening with Divinity Original Sin or whatever. So this one's amazing. We've been playing it. You can, I have to say, customize your characters. So when you go into it, you can make a character and you can randomize characters, as you often can in these games, so you don't have to think about it. But then once you've done that, even if you don't, you can go through hairstyles, you can flick different colors, different shades of colors, different things, different body shapes, different voices, different everything. And I tell you this now, it even goes down to the genitals. You can...
I was going to make a goes down joke, but it just went right there.
You can... like, normally when you do these sort of things in creator wrestler style stuff, it's just like someone in pants or something like that. And if you're doing this on World of Warcraft, for example, then they just go down to their underwear, basically, and that's all they see. There's no requirement to go any further than that. But for some reason...
Baldur's Gate were like, nope, goblin cock. Here it is.
We've got to get it very clear. And you know when, if you have, different types of hairstyle, like hairstyle 1, hairstyle 2, hairstyle 3, this one has, vulva A, vulva B, vulva C. And I'm like, do you know what? I've always been a big fan of vulva B, basically. Like a bit of vulva. It's just, and then there's the...
What's wrong with vulva A?
Well, when you look at it, it's not quite the way I wanted it to... Actually, in all seriousness...
His pussy preference bias is showing.
Such as it is, you can't zoom in to tell the difference. So, because, when you're making character creations, they you can zoom in to the face, and you can rotate the
down
face
down a bit.
It won't let you get...
Zoom.
It won't let you go down a bit.
No crotch.
So basically, if I want to make a Jez character, I can zoom into you and I can spin your head around, basically, and that's
it's still attached to my head, to my neck.
Right round, baby, right round, right?
Owl.
But if you want to, I was like, what's the difference between vulva A, B, and C? And I can't tell because they're too far away for me to... I'd have had to walk right up to the TV to kind of even get a start to tell the difference.
So if you can't zoom in on it, what's the point in giving you options?
No, and also, here's the other thing.
This game sounds shitter by the second.
The thing about it is, what's the purpose of having a vulva difference? I presume at one point you get naked because you have sexy times with somebody you meet in the game. And they obviously felt to themselves that...
they will make conversation about your vulva. That's a mighty fine vulva you have there. It's a good job you didn't go for vulva A. That thing's hideous.
Yeah, right. So presumably you can see it later. But, if you can't see it... Remember, if you can't see it well enough at the distance...
How do you know you're making an informed decision?
How are you going to even detect the difference? And imagine if they got to that bit and they're about to have sex and all that shit happens. And you're like, hang on a minute.
That's the wrong fucking vulva!
That's vulva C!
Fuck's sake!
I asked for vulva B! Do you know? Can you imagine people walking past the fucking house? Oh, they keep showing vulva. Like, even if you can see it later, you'll never see it to the point. Like, there was. How different in your mind do these vulvas have to be that you're like, oh my god, it's actually vitally important. It's bad enough you're like, do I want purple with pink tints or purple with teal tints or purple with aquamarine tints in my hair? What do I want? Like, those sort of fucking ideas you're having. The fact that you might change
your vulva.
Oh my god.
Don't go for vulva A. Looks like a dropped kebab.
They all looked not like a dropped kebab, let me just say that. They all look...
Were they beautiful?
They all look beautiful, yeah.
I mean,
I couldn't tell the difference between any of them, and they all look beautiful to me.
Me too.
Anyway.
Okay, so that's...
So that's what Baldur's Gate is about.
That's 2 of the 3 then. So Starfield, Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
The other thing I'm seeing a lot, and I have even less context for what the fuck this is. What the fuck is Moopsy?
Moopsy! Is that what the guy says in Mortal Kombat when the little guy like kind of comes in?
Oh yeah, the Tobias Boone or whoever it is.
I don't know, but that isn't what it is. I don't know what you're talking. What do you say? What is Moopsy?
Moopsy.
Presumably, it's a character in a children's TV program that you watch with.
I've no idea, but it's come up a lot across social media. People are making Moopsy references, and I pride myself on knowing what the references are, and I've no idea
what a cow says when it drops something.
Moopsy. It's pretty good, Harmstone. Lower Decks. It might be Lower Decks. Because Lower Decks is back this week. I think tomorrow the new one drops. Isn't it that creepy blue character?
Moopsy. Shall I look it up for you?
Yeah, maybe. Look up Munging while you're at it.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. If that is what Moopsy is, that makes sense. Obviously, my circle are very Star Trek inclined.
Moopsy, Memory Alpha. The Moopsy was a small predatory animal known for drinking bones. I'm sure that might
sounds pleasant.
That sounds like Munging.
Probably is Munging.
Moopsy in Star Trek Lower Decks explained. Moopsy looks like a kind of like a cutesy Pokemon-like character. The Moopsy is a small quadrupedal alien with white fur and large round eyes, introduced into Star Trek in Lower Decks Season 4. Season 4? How have they got to 4 seasons of that?
Because as we discussed, the first season is absolute garbage, but the rest of it's pretty alright.
Oh, that's good news.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want things to be bad.
Yeah. No, you got to get through the first season.
Got to get through
the end of the first season's alright as well. So, yeah. Still need to watch Strange New World Season 2. Haven't done that yet.
I have not either.
Yeah.
It's a creepy white character, I think.
Okay. Aren't we all creepy white characters? I thought that said Tornado Knob, but it does not. Thank you for the follow. Tornado NHB or NB? I can't read. HB.
I think that says Tornado!
Tornado B. Yeah.
Thank you very much for following.
Oh, it's Stream Elements telling you to follow the wrong thing. No wonder I couldn't find it. Thank you very much for the follow. It is much appreciated. Don't follow the Jez Show. It doesn't exist anymore. Right, okay, well that answers that. I will cross it out. Thank you.
I can now cross through vulva. Baldur's Gate.
I do often like to cross through vulva. It's a pastime of
You
mine.
can make any character you want with that. Just absolutely, it as progressive, or what am I going to say? You can be anything you want to be in Baldur's Gate. It's incredible. But at the moment, all I want to be is just someone that shoots people in the back of the head with a crossbow again. That just seems to be a feature of all my games.
Someone with a beautiful vulva that shoots people in the back of the head with a crossbow.
Shoot that poison arrow.
It's very important to have a nice vulva when you're playing these games.
Yes.
Right. I did the Tamsin clock and crossed that out as well.
We better go through maybe their haps and naps, I suppose.
Do we have to?
Yes.
Okay, if you insist. Let's start
at the very beginning.
Nap, says Harmstone. Juggling bottles of balsamic vinegar is a bad idea. Right.
It's a bad idea.
I will raise that with buying balsamic vinegar is a bad idea. Why would you buy balsamic vinegar? And if you really had to, why would you buy a lifetime supply of it like you did from Costco? Fucking weirdo.
I don't think I've ever bought balsamic vinegar. People just bring it round and then or gift it to me and stuff like that.
Because nobody wants it.
4 different bits.
He bought like a fucking 5-gallon jug of it.
Because I use
You don't, though. Nobody uses it. It's not a real thing. Balsamic vinegar. What even is a balsamic?
Isn't everything beginning with bal is not a... Baldur's Gate. Balsamic vinegar 3.
It was a litre.
A litre?
All right, fine, I can't do... Yeah, he bought a litre of it, and then he smashed it on the floor because he's a klutz.
He threw it on the ground.
Yeah. The ready-cooked rice boy has another terrible food opinion. Shut up, Fruit Bat.
I can't wait.
You
Brogan.
need balsamic vinegar. I don't need any vinegar. Vinegar is disgusting.
I never thought I'd see a scaly dragon dick, but that game did it. You know, Brogan reminds me of my nephew, Tom. They're very similar. Who is the dragonborn dick we never knew we wanted? I can't wait for my decisions where I'm just like, finally I'm going to see some fucking...
Dragon dick.
Some elven vulva, and instead I see a dragonborn dick, and I'm like, I didn't press that. What choice did I make to see this? Next time you're up here, I'm using balsamic. Well, listen, doesn't sound like you need us to use it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not having it from your floor. So
you need balsamic vinegar.
I don't, and neither do you. No one does.
It's true, actually.
It's
no
bullshit.
one needs it.
It's crap. It's nonsense. So
put it in the sink.
No need to. He smashed it on the floor. But yeah, okay. I'm more than happy to. We don't need the. Do we need the sting?
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
We're in the middle of a segment. I'll put a pin in it and put balsamic in the sea. Can't spell balsamic. Just fucking come in though. Hat from Aletha, Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate is amazing. By the way, if you are, I know you're not a fancy fan, but if you are a fancy fan and this is passing you by, fucking get it. It's great. I've only played a little bit. It's huge. It's great. Much like my character's penis. Anyway, that was immature. Puerile, one might say.
Why don't you redeem yourself by reading Tamsin's Hat?
No, all I want to think about is whether I can make my dick bigger in Baldur's Gate, because there's various versions, but there must be an expanding thing so it goes bloop, 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 bloop.
Is Baldur's Gate what's behind the vulva?
Baldur's Gate.
Is that the goal? You must penetrate Baldur's Gate.
If you can penetrate Baldur's Gate...
It's a shit name for a woman, but, I mean, yeah, whatever.
I've got through Baldur's Gate. Hap, says Tamsinaki, people will always know... People will always know what time they arrive at my house.
Until someone steals the stolen clock.
Do you know we should fucking steal it?
I already planned to. Let's have it.
Hey, you want to do a heist? Let's do a heist. Let's do a heist. We'll have a party at Tamsin's, and the winner is the person who successfully steals Tamsin's clock.
There you go.
That sounds good. And there's different types of clock. Clock A, clock B, and clock C. And if you really take some time, that clock can get bigger and bigger and bigger. Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Nap, says Aletha, have not made good progress with my Pokemon jigsaw.
No, it's covered over by all that stuff.
And let me say, Aletha, I know I don't live here, but I do find this jigsaw nonsense in the way of our production quite inconvenient and very inconsiderate on your part. And so it did not offend me when I accidentally knocked some of it on the floor earlier, let me tell you.
I want to... Brogan's 11. We got it. I really want to do Brogan's 11. I would so 100% be in a heist to steal Tamsinaki's clock if I am one of Brogan's 11.
Party my ass. Tamsin, not that kind of party. Chill. Not that kind of party.
I'll be unveiling my calendar. And much munging will be done. You need to press... If you want... Yeah, switch that on.
Max Power.
Not that one. Thumb that up. Yeah, that's it. Son of a bitch, I'm in.
He's the man whose fly you have to kill.
What? But you mustn't.
But the fly has hidden.
I'll be back later. Yeah. It's got a very satisfying fizzle noise that it makes when you hit something.
I used to have one. This looks like a particularly heavy duty one. So if this is a good one, you can send me the link. Oh, does this rotate? Oh, look at that.
Oh shit.
It says 180 on it. So
180.
In case you want to electrocute yourself while holding the handle.
I know, right?
Ow! Your production is the reason I can't do anything for more than 6 days in a row in that room. Why would you want to do anything for more than 6 days in a row?
I know.
Put it away.
She won't be able to do it now. She's too busy making a character in Baldur's Gate.
I knew this orchestra wasn't on tonight was a lie. She was planning on doing a jigsaw. And then she forgot that we were in the way.
Brogan's 11.
I
really want Brogan to come up to you at one point. It's like, listen. He's so chill. He'll just be like, listen, we're going to steal that clock. And at the end of it, right, here's the kicker. We stole it the night before. We're already stolen it. Like, what happened was, the clock that she picked up, me and Brogan left there on the street, and we've hidden somebody inside that clock. And then we sent you along to, like, be like, well, why didn't you steal it then? And she won't know that this was all planned, like, 3 weeks ago.
It was me, Austin!
It's been just replaced with a fake. It's replaced with one that just, like, falls down into nothing or something like that.
It's actually a transformer.
It transforms into a bottle of wine, which she drinks. And just... mind blown. That's it! We've already done it!
All this to say...
Why did you think it was fast? See, here's the thing. She never thought, what's it doing there? And this is what it was doing.
All this to say, I'm probably going to have to park outside Tamsin's house when I go home because there's never anywhere to park. So I will steal the clock then.
Get the clock.
And it will be here on this sofa next week.
Get your clocks off, honey.
Better not waste the battery. Hap from Brogan. People who I wanted to be in Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, banged who I wanted to in Baldur's Gate 3. Sorry, missed the important part. And feel like I finished the game. I've got another 40 hours or so to go.
Like, Brogan's plan is... The end game for Baldur's Gate is sex. I mean, by the way...
Isn't that the point?
Whilst it may not be the point for...
Of every game?
For a lot of nerds, sex is the plan. So there's a lot of people... I can't... Honestly...
And non-nerds.
Indeed. But, like, all these people who played... like, I think especially for a lot of people playing Dungeons and Dragons and people having sex, basically, there's not a huge overlap in that.
It's not a big Venn diagram.
No, do you know what I mean? So, no fucking kidding, they put some sex in it.
There is a sex speedrunning category for Baldur's Gate 3. That is incredible. Ooh, I nearly electrocuted myself. Did you see it?
You're better at it than...
Oh.
Not me.
I don't think that's going to help, but okay. Oh, no, I hit you then. Die, motherfucker. That's not fair. I hit you. I think the...
Well, it's right here. Well, it's right in my face.
I think the things are too small for this giant fly that I'm trying to kill.
Oh, yeah, maybe. We didn't think about that.
I'm also not able to get a good swing on it.
You haven't really got the...
I can't get the Djokovic swing on it.
Took me 60 hours to get sex. Would love to see that on a graph. 60 hours to get sex. Fucking hell.
It is taunting us now. Just leave or die. Those are your options. Leave or die.
And the Game of Thrones.
You too. Leave or die.
You too? What, the band You Too?
Yes.
I know people don't like Bono, but...
Yes!
That's very satisfying. I hope you all heard that. Clip that shit.
That was a wonderful bit of splat. I don't know where it went.
Sometimes it stays in there and burns like toast. New balls, please.
Yummy.
Did you hear the little... I don't know.
I don't doubt they did. The mics are too good. And that's the end of that chapter.
Apparently, yes.
Excellent. I'll just keep this around in case any other interlopers wish to...
This is horrific, says Tamsin. Advantage Walker.
Game, set, match. They won't come back now.
6 love.
Naps is Harmstone. Jez isn't wearing shorts. Oh, fuck.
You forgot.
Yeah, I forgot to wear shorts.
It's a good joke.
I heard it just as well on the replay as in real life. It was surprisingly loud in real life. I mean, my screaming was, obviously, but the electrocution, it made a very satisfying noise. Live electrocution. Hap says Aletha, and perhaps you can provide further context to this, went to the magic bar.
Yes. Myself and Aletha, our friend Mark, and Duncan and Mrs. the Singer went to Canterbury on Saturday to go to an escape room. We went and did an escape room at the Westgate Towers, which was good.
See you later, Nick. Thanks for coming.
And then, as we were walking back from that, looking for something to do, we went to Houdini's. Yes, Houdini's Magic Bar, and we just went in there, apropos of nothing, and we didn't really think much of it. We all got a Coke and stuff like that. No one was really drinking. And then we thought, well, it's probably an evening thing when they bring out the magic. But then the waiting staff kind of came
when they
over.
bring out the magic.
Margaret,
bring out the magic. There are people here.
Bring out the magic.
The punters have arrived.
A waiter came over and performed magic for us. It was good. And by the way, the magic wasn't like incredible. It was a nice little distraction to have someone. I tell you what, they weren't as good as Bob Dark magic.
Fucking Bob Dark.
Bob Dark. In fact, they were probably of a similar scale, but he has better.
Do you think he's survived the year? Will we see Bob Dark in our next Christmas pub crawl?
I hope so. I think we should learn a magic.
We should
trick
each learn a trick
and do it and
take it to him. Yeah,
that would be amazing.
I think that's a great idea, actually.
I wish I could learn just one trick to do for him, and I'd be like, "Sit the fuck down, Bob Dark." It should be explained.
He hates magic.
Gotta say, Bob Dark genuinely had better tricks.
Yeah, he managed to trick all of you women to put your fingers in his mouth.
There's so much context required. So we do this thing every Christmas called the Christmas bus crawl because there is the
because it's Christmas and we go on a bus
and do a pub crawl kind of thing. And we go up. We come back from Canterbury, so we have to get to Canterbury. We go up to Canterbury, and then we come back on the 17 bus, which is the route between Canterbury and Folkestone on the Elan Valley Road. We've got about 9 pubs all the way back, and we jump on and off the bus, and we go to a pub called the Duke of Cumberland, and there's always this old guy who, a few years ago, we were sitting there. I think it was me, you, Plumber, and Duncan, and this guy just came over and was just like, "Do you want to see some magic, lads?" And we were like,
"Not really."
So he showed us.
So anyway.
And then he does all this kind of slightly shoddy, shaky magic, but he's a really nice guy. And we always just buy him a pint and he gives us some magic. And we did it again this year. And he did this thing where he kind of manages to get a polo on a string. So he puts the string in his mouth and he puts the polo in his mouth. And he kind of
except he doesn't put the polo in his mouth.
No.
You put the polo
and he
in
got
his mouth.
I think he got
as long
Amy
as you don't
to do
have
it.
a penis. If you've got a penis, he's not interested.
Amy hates magic and was convinced to put a polo in this guy's mouth. I think Aletha did it as well. But yeah.
Kara's hid in the corner.
Did anyone put a polo in your
magic?
It was so he does. So to give you some context, when we get to this pub, that guy is such a barfly. He's always there. He's always got magic on him. He never leaves the house without it. So if you got there, he'll never be like, "Oh, I didn't bring it with me." That isn't happening. And then we sit down, and he does a load of magic tricks for us.
He's there with his block of plastic in the shape of a deck of cards.
Could have sworn I saw that years ago. Absolutely, he was back. He was there then. And if anybody wants to see it this year, it'll be the last Saturday before Christmas.
Come on down, join us for the Christmas pub crawl. Although Tamsin reports there are no buses now. There must be a bus between. I don't know.
He closed his mouth on my finger and took the polo with his tongue and thumb.
16th of December.
Is there not one on the 23rd? Then?
Yeah, I was going to say, that does not sound like the last Saturday, being as there are more than 7 days between the 16th and Christmas.
23rd sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd definitely do it 23rd.
That's the one we would do.
That is absolutely the one.
Yeah. That would be perfect if it's really close to Christmas.
Yeah.
So that means Christmas is a Monday this year then?
Apparently so.
There you go. There are some, but considerably fewer and none after 1830.
Since when? They've been regular as clockwork. You know all about clocks, Tamsinaki. Since forever. Well, I'll tell you what, when we get closer to the time, we'll look it up. And if it doesn't work, we'll just do something else.
Or we'll just start earlier.
Yeah.
And finish at 6:30, apparently.
Nap says, Lady Sorrow, back to school means more lurgy. It got me week 1. Got the lurgy. Nobody wants the lurgy.
No, it sucks to be you. Nap says, Brogan, vulva A. Yes, it is. It is, yeah. Not like vulva B. Surprised you didn't follow that up with hap, vulva B.
Vulva A. Vulva A.
I think that's
honestly.
I think that's the name of this episode, by the way. Vulva A. I'm
Vulva
just gonna write
A.
that down.
I just honestly, Aletha will testify, and like it needs to be done. Like I'm like staring, like at the vulva. Like how is that? Looks...
Some partners would be put out by that.
No,
just staring at a vulva on a screen.
A vulva.
Yeah. Joke's gone now, Harmstone. You ruined it.
Vulva B. Listen, buy the game. Enjoy this. If anybody wants to come round, thank you. If anyone wants to come round and just see what we're talking about,
come round and observe the vulvas.
We'll start a new game. Get that shit. Boom, baby!
I love this so much.
That's why I got it out there. It's so good, isn't it?
This is my birthday present, wasn't it?
Oh, snap.
It's incredible.
You can do the thing with a fliction.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that concludes This Is Happening.
Yeah, all I've got left is... Oh, Tim Music. I was just going to say how I wound up Tim. This is so stupid, but like, I know, it doesn't matter. I don't think it's really particularly funny, but like, we went round to see Tim last night. Tight 10 Tim decided that he wanted to cook me and Aletha dinner. So we were pleased about this because we didn't have to cook dinner.
No one wants to cook their own dinner.
So I drove round to him. Well, we drove round to him, and he made us chili. It was really nice. And then he gave us New York cheesecake. And then we were talking about our 5 favourite albums. We're talking about what's your
5 favourite vulvas.
5 favourite vulvas. And I said vulva A, B, C, D, and Q.
Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver.
Top 5 vulva-based bands. The Vulva Underground.
No, don't sound son of a bitch. That was the one I was going to go for.
Okay, we need 3 more.
Top 5
vulva-based bands. Yeah. So you got the Velvet Underground. The Vulva
Underground is a good one.
Yeah.
Tight Tempo Tim. He said, "What's your favorite?" I think Aletha said, "What's your favorite? What's the best album ever?" And I.
Oh God! Why would you ask Tim that question? It'd go on forever.
And then he just exploded. The Volvonicas. What's that?
What's the
I'm trying to work
original
out the original band. Everyone's now trying to find things to say.
Yeah.
Furiously Googling.
The Vulve instead of the Verve.
Vulve, yeah. Bittersweet. So, yeah, he said... Oh, the Veronica, there's one called the Veronicas.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Vulve. I don't think I've ever said vulva as much in my life as I have this show.
I think I can confirm that, actually.
Do you know what I mean? I very rarely find a reason.
You can see the fly that I've electrocuted on the floor there. It's dead. There's a cricket on your roof as well.
Oh. Well, that can stay there for a bit. Yeah, anyway, we had to... Aletha had an idea to say, what's your favourite album? I said Pearl Jam 10, which may not be true, but I just went for it anyway. And he said, let's have 5. Let's have 5, because Tim can't handle just one. Let's have 5. He said, but let's have a rule, and it can be... He said,
sucking the fun out of it.
He said, sucking the fun. He said, let's have a rule. No repeat bands, no repeat albums. You can't have the same one. And I said,
oh, okay. Between you,
because on myself. So I said Pearl Jam 10, so I can't have another Pearl Jam.
Okay, so between the artists. Okay.
So I can't have a repeat artist. So I immediately repeated the artist by saying Pearl Jam Versus, which is another
Pearl
album.
Jam 11.
And he was like, no.
Pearl Jam 10 remastered.
Pearl Jam Vitality. I just kept naming them, but he didn't just go, okay, Alex, I see what you're doing there. He just constantly couldn't.
He can't.
Do you know what I mean? He didn't. He just, no, you're not allowed it. I just told you that was the rule. And I was like,
right.
I didn't know.
Sorry.
But yeah, I came up with anyway. So that was it, really. But
so you're saying I can't have the same band?
Can't have the same band.
Okay.
Pearl Jam backspacer. Pearl Jam, the best of Pearl Jam. And as soon as I said the best of Pearl Jam, he said, no, can't have a compilation because that's street speaking, not an album. It's a compilation. And I'm like, that seems like the kind of specifics, which I didn't pick up with him at the time because it seemed like an unfun thing to... But you know what I mean? That kind of thing, like...
I loved him, but it's just so easy to wind him up.
Right? And this is what I was saying.
So easy.
Like, a compilation is not an album. The Foo Fighters released an album called The Best of You, because The Best of You is a song by the Foo Fighters. But why on earth the Foo Fighters' Best of wasn't called The Best of Foo, I don't fucking know. But they dropped the ball on that.
What about, there are some bands that release like best of albums, but they include a few new tracks on there as well.
They do.
What happens then? How does that?
Oh, that's a really good point.
How does that fit in
Because
the made-up Tim classification system of albums?
That's it, and I will have to bring that up with him because actually we mentioned it was the Best of Crowded House, which had like 3 new tracks on it basically. So Top of the Pops 85.
I was going to say, I think one of my favourite albums is like Now That's What I Call Music 32.
Right,
that's pretty good.
There are some, obviously, depending on when you got into music and how old you are, there's certain Now That's What I Call Musics which resonate basically. Yeah,
some of the older ones resonate with me because I found them on like cassette. I don't even know where I got them, but I literally found them somewhere, took them home and played them.
What was the one that I really
Now
liked?
10, which has got Wipeout on it.
Oh really?
Which is obviously
Wipeout.
Yeah, no.
Is that the Safaris?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but it's a good song.
It is just Wipeout.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
I have had Now That's What I Call Music albums on 4 different medium. I've had it on cassette, on vinyl, on 8-track, and on CD.
Wow.
My dad...
Now that's what I call music.
My dad, for some reason, who was not on the cutting edge of technology, as it turned out, installed an 8-track in his car.
Man, that's really kind of retro and American.
Yeah, like he put an 8-track in his Ford Capri, and the only 8-track...
An 8-track in his Ford Capri.
The only 8-track.
Did he have a medallion around his neck as well?
Yeah, I pretty much did. Yeah, the only 8-track that I would let him play, I can't even remember which one it was, but it was a Now That's What I Call Music one, because he didn't have any of the other bands that he likes that I liked, like your Bon Jovis and stuff. So I just made him play the compilation of Now That's What I Call Music instead. So there you go. So your dad messaged you?
No, I'm just trying to find out which Now That's What I Call Music's one of like 21. Now That's What I Call Music 21 from 1992. I think I remember listening to that quite a lot with a friend of mine.
What's on it?
I'm going to find out what's on it.
And then we'll put some stuff in the seat.
Oh, Good Night Girl. Oh, wet. Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody is track 1.
It's on another one as well. I want to say like...
It Must Be Love by Madness. Crowded House, Weather With You. Man, this is great. Mr. Big, To Be With You. Oh, I remember how much I love all this. The Wonder Stuff, Welcome to the Cheap Seats. Shit me, that's a good track. My God, I'm just reading things out. I hope you're enjoying it. 2 Unlimited, Twilight Zone. Yeah.
Can't be right. 2 Unlimited only had one song.
That's true.
It was called No Lyrics.
It was released a few times. It really was. What was your favourite? Side A. I'm a side A kind of guy. I agree, dog.
Bro. Fuck off or I'll electrocute you with my tennis racket. Yeah, don't think I won't, barky prick.
So when a brick comes through the window.
Fly up here, see what happens.
Where do you want to go now?
I think I need to put something in the sea, don't I?
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. We have a thing for that, don't we?
We do.
I don't have to sing it.
Yeah. Should I push the button?
Hit it.
Okay.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
Surely now I can put dogs in the sea.
Hannah's not here.
Surely.
I found like a dog. One of the things I sent you was as a dog. Am I the arsehole?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was basically someone who went to a restaurant and a dog came up, bounding up to him, and the owner's like, "Don't worry, it's friendly."
Fuck off.
And they said, "Yeah," and this is what it was like. And he said,
"I don't care if he's going to make my dinner for me. He can fuck off."
The dog would make it.
Anyway, that is in your garden now.
It might be Helen's dog.
The dog that I deliberately leave the gate open for, so it runs away.
They probably hear everything we're saying, so I should probably say nice things.
Cut their string off. Anyway, balsamic vinegar. I want to put it in the sea, and I am aware it will make the sea taste funny, but it's not like it's particularly pleasant tasting.
It's
anyway.
oil, so it will float on the top, I suppose.
Is it?
Is it like oil? Do you know what I mean? It's like
I don't know much about it other than that it's not very nice, and you certainly don't need a fucking litre of it.
Unrequired.
Yeah, it's just unnecessary. So in the sea it goes. Balsamic vinegar.
Do you know, I don't really want to put Mario in the sea, but I have written down...
Yeah, we kind of skirted around this last week, and then we never got there. I heard a rumour, confirmed by you, because you said it out loud with your mouth, that you don't like Mario or something?
Yeah, like, what... I have a theory, which it is not fully formed, Jeremy, that Mario is aging badly. I mean, he never seems to age really at all.
No, I'm not sure it aged very well at all. Do I need the...
It was a moth. Fucking hell. The sea will taste delicious. Death of a moth. Like, when Mario came out when we were all kids, we probably thought it was the greatest thing since we'd ever seen. You know, the original Mario. And future installments of Mario on the SNES and various other things like that. I sat up straight. There's no way. What is this madness? It's shit. But, like, I don't know quite how to word this, but isn't Mario just, like, a bit shit? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, everything is just a photocopy of a photocopy. Every iteration of Mario...
It has not changed over the years,
Mario
has it?
experience. No. Don't tell me that... There's two things happening here, if I can explain. One is...
I think you're going to have to before the people start revolting.
One is I am giving less of a shit about Mario. Because there is, as I will say now, a law of diminishing returns on Mario. Each subsequent Mario release is worse than the one before, by and large. So I don't care about platform games in general, because maybe that's something I enjoyed as a kid when we all first saw them, and various different things. So not only am I giving less of a shit of that style of game, and giving less of a shit about the fucking character itself, which is basically just different variations on a Mario theme. Now we'll have it where his hat comes off, because we haven't done that yet. You know? Do you know what I mean?
What power does taking his hat off give him? Well,
listen. The power to see his hair for what it truly is.
a mopped mess that hasn't been combed in years.
They are finding worse ways. That the games are not improving, and my give a fuck is dropping.
I'm with you that the games are not improving. Like, you're not beating the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo versions. I played the other day.
I don't think people agree with me.
I can't remember what it was called. I think it's Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh yeah, on the Wii? Yeah, I had that.
And it's like you're walking around the globe.
I know.
Like, oh, this is bullshit.
What the
fuck are you doing? No,
I think that was where the beginning and the end was for me, because you have to appreciate when I was a kid and it was Mario 1 and it was and it was all kind of like the classic. I was like, oh my god, never seen anything better. And number 2 was really great, grabbing up things from the ground, and we all love Mario 3, right? Mario 3 with like the raccoon thing, and like on the SNES when it's like Super Mario World, which just blew my mind. In fact, I couldn't wait to play Super Mario World. It's incredible. But since then... Oh, and when I had a Game Boy, I had Super Mario Land. I really enjoyed Super Mario Land. And I was 13 back then. And I'm 36 now. And I feel there has been a...
Aren't you 37?
No, perpetually 36.
I see.
Time has stopped still.
Yeah.
Like all Mario games have.
It's just I often struggle to remember how old we are. So I was just checking that I hadn't been saying it wrong for the last couple of weeks. But okay.
Put this on Instagram Reels. I want Alex in the town square. But surely you know where I'm going with this. After that point, I'll tell you what it was. As soon as they started making things in 3D, I was never a fan of Mario 64.
3D ruined platform games. 100%.
You never know where you're landing. They had to put a little shadow in there.
Same.
Like, it was... I know, exactly right. And, like, N64, Mario 64, no. Mario Sunshine, no. Mario Galaxy, waste of fucking time. And after that, it's just variations on a theme. Mario has not innovated, and the reason it hasn't is because it can't really, because there's nothing really left to do. All it is more beautiful versions of what it did before. But I've jumped on fucking Bowser's head before. There's nothing new under the sun. There's definitely nothing new in Mario. So not only are they bad, I don't care. So that's why I don't like Mario. What's the point of it? Make something new, man.
Also, why the fuck did Princess Peach keep getting fucking captured? Surely she learned her lesson after the first couple of times. By the time we got out of the Super Nintendo era, surely she should have known, let's stay away from the bad guys, I'm going to get fucking pinched.
So I don't really care. Oh, by the way, this wasn't ever intended really to go in the sea. This was just something I realised just the other day, that maybe I have outgrown it and I just don't give a shit about it anymore. Because every time I watch it, or it gets released there's a new one coming out and it looks beautiful. For all intents and purposes, it looks lovely. And it, just really looks really, really, really nice. But it's still just fucking hopping around, isn't it?
Just fucking hopping around. They should put that on the cover.
Just fucking hopping around.
Super Mario 37. Just fucking hopping around.
This is the equivalent of my granddad saying colour television would never catch on to my father. Well, it would be, but I think that isn't a very good comparison, because this has already reached as high as it's gonna get. Basically, this isn't comparing something
also,
that is a future invention we're not sure about.
Yeah, and they didn't release like a second version of the colour television.
No,
what they just stayed in their lane with just colour television until high definition came along.
Mario comparison here is saying, like, I had a 55-inch colour television and now I've got a 56-inch colour television. And that's what it's like. There's nothing changed, man. And do you guys, hand on heart, give a fuck about Mario that much? How many times do...
I'm getting the impression that they do.
They do, but I don't understand why, because should say, not I spend lots of time with Brogan, although I absolutely would if I could. Same with Dr. Fruitbat. I value their opinions greatly, but I also kind of sort of perversely love disagreeing with them on this one. Probably the rest of you as well. But, like, do you guys really give a fuck about that? When you've got games like, I don't know, like Dishonored or whatever, all these games that you probably like. There's better games out there than this. And I was watching Paper Mario, the Origami King, which, what the fuck is wrong with you, Nintendo? Anyway, which Aletha was playing. It's just a bit... I don't mean this pejoratively when I say, isn't this just for kids? Like, there's no requirement. It's like all these Pokemon games. Like, Arceus was fucking terrible.
It's Arceus.
I was trying to do the thing that you do, but I obviously still got it wrong. Arceus was terrible. If you really look at Arceus, it's just... They're just phoning it in, which I don't actually think they're doing with Mario. I don't think that the look of it still looks good. Odyssey looks reasonably good. I just don't think I can be bothered to wander around throwing a hat at things. I think also what doesn't help here is I don't really think I like platform games very much. So it wouldn't matter if it was Mario or Sonic or Little Big Planet. I just don't. Or I just feel like there's like, who have we got? Who have we got a character? Yoshi. Let's make Yoshi jump around. Yeah, let's have Yoshi's Island. Let's make Yoshi's Island 2. Okay, now.
See, if I was Nintendo, I would lean into the Japanese-ness of it all. And I would make Yoshi a Joshi, and it would be Yoshi Joshi Wrestling 1. And it would be different versions of Yoshi that you have to dress up as like a creator wrestler, and then they wrestle. Yoshi Joshi Wrestling, coming to Nintendo Switch this fall.
You've heard it here first. I don't want to throw it... by the way...
I think you should throw it in the sea, because I feel like you have railed against it more than things that you've just casually put in the sea. So I think it's going in the sea.
Oh, yeah, let's put it in the sea.
Okay.
Let's put Mario in the sea.
So, to be clear, what's going in the sea?
Mario. It's the sea! Mario! Man, that was actually very satisfying.
I can't wait to clip this together and put it for real.
God.
For context, for those of you that don't know wrestling, a Joshi is the Japanese word for a female wrestler. A Joshi.
This is outrageous. Come on, Dr. Fruitbat.
I love...
you've got better game. What's your favourite game? Dr. Fruitbat Brogan, what's your favourite video game? Because it's going to be like light years ahead of fucking Mario.
I just love that you're bearing the brunt of this for once, because it's normally I say something everybody fucking
Mario
hates it,
Galaxy
and now
2.
it's you.
You're fucking with me. You're fucking with me. There's no way. I don't even think they didn't even release a 2.
I think
Mario Galaxy was so bad they did.
I was going to say, I think he might have just named the worst of the Mario games to troll you even further.
Hey, Mike, we did drown Mario, but don't worry, he'll get out.
Is that Pepsi, perchance, Jez?
Oh, I can do it.
Why, Mike? Yes, it is. It is the fine taste of Pepsi Max.
Can I have some? Please?
Don't Get Me Started is not sponsored by Pepsi Max, but we remain hopeful.
Thank you.
You can have some now, yeah.
Man.
Anything else for the C? I think there were some suggestions from these Mario-loving cunts, weren't there? Let's have a look.
Mario might well make his way out of the sea at some point.
Doesn't seem likely.
This is who knew? Who knew Mario still captured the imagination of a nation? Come on, guys. Let's be real.
Now then, Karis suggested at the beginning, people who do things in the wrong order than the norm.
Was that just because we did Am I the Arsehole?
It might have been, yeah. But what I will say, generally, in response to that, is that variety is the spice of life, Karis, and go fuck yourself.
It's not going in the sea.
I don't think it is.
See, I love my video games to be extremely video-gamey. And I care way more about nice jumping mechanics than story. Oh, yeah, we probably like different things.
I like gamey games. But that's the problem I found with Mario. I don't, hate Mario, and I'm quite happy to play Mario. I feel like it jumped the shark a long time ago, and they're just trying to change it up. Can they just release the same kind of Mario in different worlds over and over again? That would be what I would like.
The thing about this is that Nintendo can never, much like Disney, can't ever stop pushing out Mario content or like Mickey Mouse content,
yeah.
Right? So it's not like a game like, say, I want to pick a game like Metal Gear Solid or something like that, which presumably has stopped making games like that. There's no requirement for some games to continue to be 1, 2, 3, but like have sequels forever. Even if I did really, really, really like Fallout, and they will make more Fallouts, but gradually
they won't.
There will be a point where they're like, we'll put a pin in that. But like Nintendo's entire branding is based around it, so they are forever caught having to put out drivel
Forever caught.
Imagine those guys in Nintendo headquarters talking about, oh, what the fuck are we going to do?
Right.
Maybe his trousers come off this
Christmas
time.
quarter's coming up.
Come on.
What are we going to make for the kids to buy?
Do you not feel it's cynical?
This Christmas period. We could do another Mario.
Yeah, let's do a Mario. Mario's shoe kicks him up his own arse. And just, I know I put him in the sea, but like this the other day, I just kind of just like looked at it. I was just like, I couldn't work out. I was like, I was in bed. I turned to Aletha and I was like, do you know what? I don't think I care for Mario. I don't care.
And another thing.
I don't care for Mario. I'm also a big Sonic fan, so I'm probably a lost cause. It's strangely not the hill I'll die on, but we put it in the sea now, so maybe I've gone too far.
I think Aletha might have been a Mario fan. You seem to have offended her to the point that she's just walked out. She heard the door going. Something to put in the sea from Aletha. Small food on a big plate. That is bullshit.
Where's that on the side? Small food on a big plate. Oh yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Stupid.
Yeah, if you're gonna present me with not very much food, then put it on a small plate. Don't try and con me with science. And
I totally agree.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to put that in without much further discussion.
Do it.
Small food on a big plate.
Small food, big plate.
See.
Big face, small face. Do you know if they made like a truly 18? I would like to see. I would like to have to choose Princess Peach's vulva for certain. That's a game I could get on board with. Do you know? That's where it's going, guys.
Okay.
They're going to see Baldur's Gate 3 and go, how do we make that?
I'm going to
As
change.
they cycle through Toad's dick.
I'm just going to cross out vulva A. Princess choosing.
That's where it's happening.
Princess Peach's vulva.
Her butt is a peach, though, right?
And we have a new name of this episode.
I saw it's gone back too far, but Tamsinaki said, try wiping your ass before having a shit, in reference to doing things in the wrong way. From Baldur's Gate to Bowser's Gate. Pin the poon on the princess.
Pin the poon.
See, sometimes I feel like I'm a bad person when I say these things, but I know you.
But then they double down on it.
Yeah, right, exactly. And you know, more power to you as far as I'm concerned.
Our final thing to potentially go in the sea from Brogan: movies that are over 2 hours long becoming more normalized, and part 2 rubbish. Went and saw TMNT. It was 1 hour 30. Brilliant.
This feels very much. I mean, I agree with you, Brogan, but this feels like something somebody of an older generation. Films are getting too long these days.
It does seem very like your granddad talking to your dad, for sure.
But I do agree. I do think they are getting. Do you know what? There's normally a tipping point in a movie when you're in the cinema. Not that I go to cinema a lot now, where you're suddenly aware you're watching the film. If a film can drag you in, you're like, oh, I think it's amazing. Eat popcorn, blah blah blah. And there's sometimes a point where you're like, I've been in here an awful long time. And normally that, I think, when you've tipped over that 2 hour mark, normally like, I'm still here. And when you realise that, that's normally a bad fucking sign.
Do you know who started this bullshit? Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows couldn't fucking make it work in one movie. Like, shit editors couldn't make that happen. So we got 2. Didn't even need 1, to be fair.
Spider-Verse was a huge culprit. What, this most recent one? Because it kind of... Oh, yeah. I kind of suddenly got a feeling, oh, yeah, shit, this is gonna...
Titanic. Titanic was just long. Like, I don't mind a long film. I'd much rather go and see a long film than you make me go twice by splitting it into 2, like Harry Potter did. Didn't the Hunger Games do it in the end as well for the last?
Yeah,
one?
they did that. People listen. That's a separate issue, isn't it? That Brogan is saying it's like part 2ing things. Basically.
Yeah, I think you've given us 2 things to discuss here, Brogan. Actually,
you're right that there's no real requirement. I mean, I don't know if like Titanic was 3 hours.
I've got no problem with long films, and it's been a thing that's come up fairly recently with the advent of streaming. It's like people complain about a 2.5 hour movie, but will happily sit there and binge watch an entire series of 24 episodes without even batting an eyelid.
Yeah.
So I'm not with you on the long movie thing, but the part 2 rubbish, I am totally with you on. That is bullshit.
Yeah.
Either get it done in one movie or fuck off.
Spider-Verse was a huge culprit. So Spider-Verse was another one of these ones, I think, where it kind of just like it cliffhangered you, as it were, when you didn't know you were going to be cliffhangered. And it was only because we got so far through and I'm like, they haven't got enough to wrap this up, so you knew. But yeah,
I don't want to be cliffhangered in a film. I'm okay with a little, like, a tease of a new story, because that's good story writing.
Oh, yeah,
that's how, like, a cliffhanger is not, we are stopping the story halfway through. That's not what a cliffhanger is. A cliffhanger is when you've gone completely through the beginning, the middle, and the end of one entire exposition, and then you tease a brand new story at the end.
Fair.
That is an actual cliffhanger. Just stopping your movie halfway through is not a cliffhanger, and it is terrible writing. Terrible. And it's something that we were supposed to fix in fucking school. So if they're doing it now and you're being paid a bunch of fucking money to not finish a film, you can go and fuck yourself, sir.
Titanic B. Oh my god! Honestly,
Titanic. I like Titanic. That's a good.
You know, the year before Titanic came out, they
1996.
They made a film called Titanic, because at that point there hadn't been
one in a while.
A good Titanic film. So they were like, do you know what? We're gonna make a fucking amazing Titanic film, and it had Tim Curry in it as a dodgy person that worked in steerage.
Of course he is. He's a dodgy person in everything that he's in.
And it had oh god, I can't remember who was the woman in Darling Buds of May. I can't remember her name. Catherine Zeta-Jones. So Catherine Zeta-Jones,
not who I was going for from the Darling Buds of May, but okay.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is like the main woman in Titanic, and
Tim Curry and Catherine Zeta-Jones in a Celine Dion era Titanic.
Yeah, the year
I think
before.
I need to see this film.
Yeah. Well, she has an affair with this guy.
Oh yes, because nobody can actually just tell the fucking story of Titanic. You've got to throw some romantic
There's
bullshit
a love
in there
story
as well.
in it. And I can't remember some of the bits of it, but essentially she gets together with this guy, but her husband is going to meet her it's going from England to New York. We're going on our way to New York, I think it is. I think that's the destination. I can't remember which way it's heading. No, it's going to New York.
It's from Southampton to New York.
So it's heading to New York. Her husband is waiting in New York to see her. And on the way, she falls in love with this guy on Titanic. And
if you're not on the ship that long, you slag.
She sends... I think the ship sinks. It sinks. She gets it together with this guy. And then she's like, do you know what? You're incredible. I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna break it off with my husband. I'm gonna be with you.
Okay, maybe this film sounds shit now.
And then she sends a telegram to him in New York to say, "Don't come and meet me because I'm gonna get off the boat at the other end with this new guy, and that's gonna be super awkward." Fucking result,
considering what happens.
Right, exactly right. It's incredible. So like, she's like, "Dear husband, stop."
Dear husband,
to see
how
me,
would you like a head start on your closure?
Yes, there's like, I'm coming in, don't come to see me, I'm with a new guy, stop, send telegram. So that gets done, the ship sinks, and the guy dies, and inexplicably, probably because the ship sinks and it doesn't get properly sent, the guy never receives the telegram, and so she turns up, obviously, and the ship's sunk, and she's got there, so she, bedraggled, crawls up the shore at fucking, Ellis Island or wherever the fuck, I don't know. And like she
doesn't tell him.
And she right?
And they live happily ever after.
Yeah, she comes in and she goes like, husband, whatever the husband's name is, says, I can't believe it. We heard it sunk, blah blah blah. I'm so glad you're still alive. And she's like, did you get my telegram? And he goes, no. What telegram? And obviously the guy's dead. And she went, no telegram.
Never mind,
and
nothing.
That's it's fucking incredible. Normally in films, if something comes up, you never get away with it, but she totally does. And she's like, "Oh well," and then like the camera kind of goes like a little circular thing, and then she goes wink like that.
That's all, folks.
Oh, she sounds like a real Princess Peach. That's a vulva I'd like to see.
Who's Rosita Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Maybe we should make a list. Vulvas would like to see in 23.
I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. It's only a 6-day crossing. She got
6 days out of it, let me tell you. Yeah. Right.
I met a new guy. Stop. Oh shit, there's an iceberg. Stop. Seriously, stop.
Please stop the ship. Stop. 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 Oh, it's crashed. Right, shall we move on?
Oh, yeah.
Well, why don't you introduce our final segment, which will be a total surprise to everyone, I would expect.
Yes, when we do, and why the fuck not, our most wonderful segment, Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Oh.
Now then, let me just look through my clipboard here and move past some of the things that we've done that were not this.
Ooh, sorry. Oh, shit, I just mega smashed my mic. I bet you that doesn't work now.
Talk into it.
Hello. Oh, yeah, that's okay.
It does work. Yeah.
Arsehole sandwich.
Right, so you need to go first.
Oh,
because you have got
2.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yes, that's right, you lucky people.
We've decided to do loads.
Not only are you getting the segment twice, but in this segment, you're getting 3 Am I the Arseholes.
So there's 5 in total.
That's, apart from 24-hour streams, that's the most we've done in one episode.
That's true.
Citation needed, but I've said it, therefore it's true.
I was just reading the stuff, but anyway. 3. Am I the arsehole?
You are indeed. I thought we covered this earlier.
We did, but I felt like I needed to clarify.
Just checking that time hadn't redeemed you in some way.
We're at the same period of Am I the Arsehole? We're stuck in time.
Dying Star TTV is joining us for a raid. Dying Star TTV, the artist formerly known as Any Button Gaming.
Oh!
I knew that you would be looking at the screen confusedly and I turned, and there you were, looking at the screen confusedly.
Is it not like Dying Start TV?
Dying Start.
Dying Start.
I mean, I've watched Darren play video games, and it very often is a dying start.
He frequently dies right at the start.
And then every subsequent second for the entire time he's playing the game. So Dying Start is a much better name for him.
I was going to say, we started saying vulva, and the wild Darren appears. Well, it's really good to see you, obviously. Really, really pleased.
That's a nice feature, Twitch. I like that.
Oh, Dying
People
Star
that come in the
TTV.
raid, it highlights them. I mean, obviously, Darren came in the raid. It's his raid.
Nice.
But,
Twitch TV.
yeah.
Dying Star.
He did know that. He's just being himself and making it funny.
A prick.
But maybe you should call yourself Dying Start TTV. So Dying Star TTTV. Make it so.
Hey, did your co-host, Mr. Ward, change his name in your fantasy football league to Shiny Zappy People?
I don't know if he did. Would you like me to check?
Yes, please.
I think we've got the time.
Shiny Zappy People
Holding balls. Doodaloo doo 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 doo.
While you're looking at that,
No.
how are we all? We're all good, and it's good to have you here.
He is still not so zappy.
Well, listen, I can't help him.
If you're presented with a good name, you should use the good.
Great week nap for week 1 of your fantasy league. Brogan lost. I think.
So did I, mate. Yeah.
It's not been a good week for you for football.
It has not.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
For bringing up how badly you've been having at football. Am I the arsehole for doing an ole and letting a kid hurt himself? Well, listen, from that fucking
ole
line, that sounds incredible. I don't know how you possibly could be the arsehole. Am I the arsehole for doing an ole and letting a kid hurt himself? I, 34M, was grocery shopping and there was a woman there with her kid. The woman was talking on her phone the whole time. The kid was running around like a tiny drunk rodeo clown.
There are clowns at rodeos?
Apparently. I hear the kid yell a battle cry, and I see him charging towards me with a foam diamond axe from Minecraft.
Is it diamond or is it foam, mate? Be consistent.
Yeah, diamond's going to hurt you.
Diamonds are forever.
You got it.
Lodged in your spleen.
I got TF out of his way. I mean, is that a thing? I mean, rather than saying I got the fuck out of his way, I got TF out of his way.
Yeah, it's an American thing, but yes, it is.
This feels like it's...
Just say the fuck.
Say the fuck.
Just say the fuck.
Was that really necessary?
No. How much time did you save? None.
What a description of a kid. It's really good, isn't it? It's a good description.
Think rodeo rider, but clown. No thanks.
Yeah,
There's no need for that.
Is this your first rodeo clown?
It is my first rodeo clown.
Yeah. I got TF out of his way with my Bugs Bunny-like reflexes. He ran head first into the handle of my shopping cart.
Ha!
Now his mom is paying attention. He is splayed out on his back moaning.
And comedy, cartoon style. Twong!
He's got fucking, like, Tweety birds going around. And she asks why I let him get hurt. Fucking pay the fucking attention.
It's not my kid, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care. Also,
parent your own fucking kid.
He ran into... Like, listen, I'm going to walk forward like this, and if you get hit, it's your own fault.
He ran into his trolley.
Did he drop his axe and all his loot like in Minecraft?
And then he spawned a fucking million miles away, and he had to try and race back and pick it up before it like faded away.
Yeah, there is absolutely zero chance on going to touch a random kid. I told my boyfriend about it when I got home, and he said I was an asshole for not intervening. At what point? When? And letting a child get hurt. I think he is an asshole for not understanding the world we live in these days. Am I the asshole? Well, so like, you The kid ran towards you. You just stepped out of the way on reflex. The kid hurts himself. And your boyfriend and the mum agree that you're a cunt. Fucking hell.
What was he supposed to do? Let the child twat him with a sword?
Yeah.
Like, why was
This is a man.
Yes. Why was the child charging at him with a sword in a public fucking supermarket anyway?
Because kid's gonna kid, mate.
Not my fucking kid, let me tell you.
Not my kid. That's the thing. Kids do fucking stupid things.
Kid's gonna kid.
Kid's gonna kid. Do you know, I was walking down to the Harbour Arm the other day, and this woman was with her 2 kids, and the kids were of running child age. Running age. And they weren't super old, and I don't know how well they had it in them to stop before a car hit them. And they started to run off.
And boy, were you excited to find out.
I thought, we're going to learn a valuable lesson here. I was very eager to learn what was going to happen. We were walking down the bridge towards the Harbour Arm, as it were, before you get to that bit where it's the kind of little crossing bit before you get to the Harbour Station platform. And the mother ineffectively shouted, "Stop at the end!" And I thought, these kids do not understand what that means. Did not understand.
End of what? As in all the way at the other end before you jump in the sea?
Yeah. We never saw those kids again. And as they got closer and closer, I thought the mum's going to reiterate this and shout, no, you've got to stop. Or she's going to try and close the distance. Because if these kids do keep going, they might get hit by a car. Now, as it happens, there weren't any cars at that point, and they drifted a bit too far forward than they should have done, and then they kind of got a bit confused because they were like too far out to really know where to go next. So they didn't really stop because she wanted them to stop. She just stopped because there were like choices to be made, but there wasn't a car. And then she was like, "Come on, come back again." And then like they kind of durdled around.
And then they got hit by a train, despite the fact that there hasn't been a train there since 2007.
Yes. It's strange. I was going to say 2007. It's an interesting point. But yeah, I mean, what the fuck are they? So
you can watch The Last Train to Enter Folkestone Harbour on YouTube if you like. That's how I know what date it is, because I have.
The Last Train of Folkestone. So yeah, I mean,
thank you for the follow, Scottish Soul. Welcome in. Hope you're enjoying.
Oh, nice. Scottish Soul X, because they're straight edge. Probably. But yeah, that's it. But I did feel like, as I got a bit closer, she was still too far away, but I was walking faster, and I'm like, I'm going to make it to this point, and then if by some chance the kids then walk out because the mum's, I'm going to have to stop the kids walking in front of a car, because my natural stride is faster than her plod. So as a result, sorry, I was reading that thing, got a bit confused. So as a result, I would have to take, we all have to be parenting other people's kids, is what I'm saying, all the time, because you're always worried they're going to walk in front of something, drop in something, drown in something, whatever.
No, mate, natural selection, fuck it. Just, that's not my kid.
I can see how this would look bad to the parent if you seemingly think the stranger baited the kid to eat shit last second. Oh shit, how's it going? Yo father, whoop whoop. Look, it's Yo father and Brogan next, back to back.
It's what time is it? It's 6 a.m. in Tokyo.
Welcome in, good to see you.
Then your father's got up.
Yeah, it does look like they've Olay, like just the last minute. This is super like Bugs Bunny, because at the last minute there's just like a fucking amble there.
Yeah. I wasn't getting the Olay until you mentioned
Olay, yeah.
Olay,
like,
yeah.
But no, I have to say, you're not the arsehole. You're just a guy trying to do your shopping.
That doesn't want to touch a kid.
Doesn't want to be near a kid. Touching. Can you imagine touching the kid? And in this different situation, it's like, oh, I thought it was going to get hurt. What are you doing? Touching my kid? I can't remember. So like, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
So you might as well
not
enjoy getting a kid smash his face on your trolley and laughing at it.
As a mother who has also worked with young kids as well as the nurse, let them fall. Doesn't matter who, what, when, or where. Let them fall.
I agree. And if it's off a cliff, never mind.
Scottish soul. I love it.
That is a very, very Scottish attitude. And
they've got to learn, haven't they? Scottish soul. They've got to live their life. They've got to, if you mollycoddle, kind of.
You tried to do that in a Scottish accent, then.
I think I just couldn't say the word mollycoddle.
Try to mollycoddle.
Mollycoddle. If you try and mollycoddle them and like wrap them up in cotton wool, it's not going to work. Maybe not a cliff. Well, maybe.
It's nothing that a bit of whiskey won't fix.
Yeah.
Anyway, so say all of us. No, sir, you are not the arsehole.
Boom.
Now then. I've been looking forward to reading this one for a while.
Yo, father, prepare to edit some vulva chat. Oh my god, Tom, I got to tell you about this at some. Oh my god. Oh dear. Baldur's Gate, that's all I'm saying. And there goes the Scottish.
Old school with the printed paper.
What did I say? I said mollycoddle. I don't even know what that was meant to be. Great Northern Irish accent. That's more like noi. That's that Northern Irish accent would be like noi. That's more like that's got a kind of a twang to it. That's more of a Northern Irish one.
I felt like his accent was fine.
Oh, it's totally fine. But these guys, any opportunity.
It's the Mario hate.
Yeah. I pushed them too far.
They just won't let it go.
If I could put Mario in the sea again, I would.
You can, mate. I've got just a button right there. Do you want to put him in the sea again?
Yeah.
I'll use a different solution.
Push him underneath. Tom, Mario's gone in the sea. Very good. I'm only here for the crochet blankets. The MVP in my eyes. Oh really? My mum made them. And she's like, oh, I can make you a blanket if you want. And I'm like, cool. And then she made them for me. And I'm like, they're here every week. They're a bit too low at the moment. They normally got... Anyway, it doesn't really matter. They are lovely.
Dishevelled crochet blankets.
Glub. What did Mario ever do to you? Nothing. What has he done for us lately? That's my point. What's he done for us lately? Nothing.
Go back and watch the VOD.
Did he jump on your head? He's too old for that.
I'm going to read this ITER. Is that all right?
Yeah, feel free.
Excellent. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
For not letting my girlfriend eat the naan bread we ordered? Am I the arsehole for not letting my girlfriend eat the naan bread we ordered?
4 naans, Jeremy.
There was a sign that said that at AEW All In. It's doing the rounds again. I think Xbox used it as part of their marketing recently as well. And I still don't understand it because I still haven't watched the Peep Show. So
this is like Jeremy writes a song and he believes the song's going to make it big, so he thinks he's going to be in the money. So they go to the curry house and he's like keeps ordering. Goes, I can have 2 naans because he's like thinks he's rich, and he's like 2. What do you do? This is insanity. And he goes, in fact, I think I have 3. In fact, I have 4 like that. 4 naans like that, being really stupidly extravagant. So Mark's like 4 naans, Jeremy. That's insane.
I would always order 3 naans because I had to have the different flavours.
Like a Peshwari naan.
Yeah, I can't choose between them. Yeah, garlic naan, Peshwari naan, and a kulcha naan.
Naan is exceedingly good, so this better be bad.
Well, strap in.
Don't keep a gal from a naan bread. Well, we'll find out. Anyway, sorry, I keep interrupting.
My girlfriend and I got takeout from an Indian restaurant we like. And this doesn't make sense. I'll try it again. My girlfriend and I got a takeout from an Indian restaurant we like and order from usually when our budget allows us. Clunky sentence is clunky.
That's where they get their order from if they got the money.
Yes. We order Indian takeaway. That's all you had to say. Learn to write.
The assumption, says Brogan, is naans are shared if singular. You're a prick if you hoard it. By the way, and I know I'm interrupting, but just for clarity with my friends, especially with Captain Brilliant, in fact, everyone I know, if you've ordered, there's banquet night at the Big Cash. Don't look for it, it's not there anymore. But when it was banquet night, you got a naan with it. And no one would have even thought to
It's banquet night. Oh, what a naan.
When my friends, especially Captain Brilliant, gets a naan, you ain't having any of it. That is getting consumed. Anyway.
I mean, I will share my naans because I bought 3 of them. If you force me to get 1 naan, I'm not sharing it.
I need a 1 naan.
This place is really...
Do you want to read it?
I'm fucking trying. I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
This place is really the only good Indian place anywhere near us. There we go. But it is very pricey, so we tried to keep our order small. 1 entree for me, 1 for her, and a side of naan bread that we share.
1 entree? Is that like a starter?
So, like,
or is
if this were us, I'd get a curry, you'd get a curry, and then we'd get a naan to share.
Where is this expensive curry place? Surely they're all of a similar standard. Like, they're all kind of like $7.99 for a biryani or $8.99 for a biryani. There's not a place that's going like $16.99, mate. Fuck off.
And if it's too expensive for you, just go to another Indian that's slightly less good.
And I mean, that's true. I mean,
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 entree for me, 1 for her, and a side of naan bread that we share.
Okay.
The thing is, the side of bread isn't very much, and the entree just isn't the same without it. So...
You're fucking bailing at Curry House. You're both arseholes. Press the button.
So, it seriously annoys me when she eats the bread without dipping it in her curry.
That's the hill? I thought Mario was bad. God.
It's such a waste of the little bread that we get. I told her this before, but she says, it's not my concern how she eats her food.
Correct.
Except it is my concern.
Is it?
Because she is wasting our shared side. Whatever. I let it go each time.
No, you evidently do not let it go each time. You evidently talk about it each time, so shut up.
This time, she didn't order curry like she usually does.
No, because you've subjugated her under your heel.
She got biryani.
Good choice.
And the op has provided context of what a biryani is. It's rice and meat. In parentheses.
With a biryani sauce.
So I was happy that I would get the bread to myself. While we were eating, she reaches over for the bread and eats a piece on its own.
On its own, number 1.
I got annoyed and moved the bread away from her and told her she doesn't need the bread since she isn't eating a curry. And she doesn't need the bread, whereas I am eating a curry, so I need bread.
I think I'm going to explode.
Her entree comes with rice, and she should eat that.
You got rice here. What are you doing? You got rice. You don't need the naan. What are you talking about? You don't need a naan. Where are you going to dip it? You can't dip it in anything. Where are you going to need it? I know what you're doing. This is brilliant. It's my favourites. I love it.
She got offended and ended up threatening not to pay for her share of the food next time. She also called me a greedy arsehole and took her food and ate it in the bedroom.
Where's she going? Where are you going? Going to the bedroom. Nandy dandy. Oh, God, that made my cheeks hurt. Oh, throw the whole naan away. This is gold. You motherfuckers. Oh, God. Anyway.
My friends are split. One of them says
they split their naan as well. Sorry.
One of them says I'm in the right, and it's too much carbs for one meal for her to have bread and rice.
Shut up! Did you live with Aletha?
But the other friend essentially also called me a greedy arsehole. It's been hours, and she's ignoring me. Am I the arsehole? Moth, 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 moth. Do 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 do. Where's the moth? Where's the moth?
Find the moth in the bit. Get the Mothman.
I'm trying.
If it's Mothman, we'd be in real problem.
Mothman.
Mothman.
Mothman. Mothman, it's time. It's your match. Anyway, we just did an Am I the Arsehole before we were rudely interrupted by a moth. Hey, that fly's alive.
I'm still alive.
Love this. Aletha, do me a favour. Send
Tell
a
me
listing of where you
from.
got this. Send it to Karis. Karis, order it. I'll have it delivered tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Who is counting other people's carbs? Get them in the sea. Can we go up a bit? Because everyone has been
I'm sure
so
there was
vocal
some
about-
gold, and I didn't read a
it's-
single thing.
This
Yeah.
when you were reading that, it was killing me. And if I can understand it, they've gone somewhere expensive to get something they really like, but they only get a measly amount of naan bread they're sharing. And he thinks, point one, she's wasting it if she doesn't dip it. Like, if you don't dip it, it's a waste of the fucking bread, and I will call you out on it. And then the second part is, when she gets something which isn't dip-worthy, she is not allowed it. She is not allowed any
He is
bread.
gatekeeping the naan bread in the cuntiest possible way.
He has seen what she has, and no, you don't get your share of naan if you get a biryani, because how would you dip it?
I mean, biryani's a bit wet as well, right?
It is, yeah, it's got a sauce in it.
Yeah. Dip it in the biryani then.
He is incorrect.
Jez has been going through all the archive of ones I sent. Yes, I didn't have much time, so I defaulted to the what the fuck has Harmstone been sending me for the last 6 months. And I've exhausted them all now. So send me some more. Don't even talk to me about All In. My partner is still upset he couldn't go. This guy went.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in fact, a couple of people from LARP went. They left Renewal just to go to All In.
That's how important an event this was. Do you know who was there?
Other than you?
81,000 fucking people.
Wow.
Anyway.
But
Naan is exceedingly good, so this better be bad.
always order double naans for someone eats. But when someone else eats the first half of what you ordered.
Yeah, clearly you want a naan to yourself.
She's been out with Captain Brilliant.
So just buy your own naan.
Let her do what she wants with her half, you twat! I mean, that's fair, isn't
Are
it?
you sharing it or are you not?
Yeah. You've said it's sharing. You've said you're sharing it. You don't get to choose what she does. If she gets you cut it down the side and she shoves it up your ass.
She can do what she wants with it.
It's her.
Her half of naan bread.
It's hers.
She can take it, she can lick it, she can shine it up real nice, turn it sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass. It's all good.
Aletha, you missed the opportunity when you said, "Oh, for goodness sake, that's none of your business." You, of course, could have said, "It's none of your business." Just saying.
None of your business.
It just isn't the same without it. So you're going to leave her without it? Fucking terrible.
Dom snuck in.
Yeah, I saw him come in. Is she eating it? Is she enjoying it? Shut the fuck up, mate.
It's not really a difficult concept.
And this when Tom's like, this is like an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is why I lent into that, because it's just, oh my god. What are you going to dip it in? What are you going to do with it? Doesn't work.
Aletha, I'll dip this motherfucker.
I think Jez has joined a cult.
That was me with the fly thing. Oh man, they kept talking since I scrolled. I almost bought you something like it a month ago. Yes, but I've had ones of these before, and they have not been zappy enough. This
like
is...
Bailey Zappi of the New England Patriots.
No, I mean he's been benched, so he's definitely not zappy. But this has the electrocuting power of a cattle prod, and I want it.
Mate, how much would it cost? How much would I have to pay you for you to put it on your bell end? This is really a Captain Brilliant question, really, isn't it?
A lot of money.
I wonder if I could get him to do it for a tenner.
You could probably get him to do it for a tenner. It would cost me a lot more, so, hedge your bets or save your money, whichever one.
It's just funny enough to think it. Rat Freak.
I mean, I don't really need my balls anymore. I've had a child. And so if it sterilizes me, then goal. I don't have to get a vasectomy. So, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Dom says, every time we go for a curry with work, we do this complex quarters of a naan to the left, quarters of the rice to the right, round the table to make sure we have ordered enough. Every time without fail, it comes out at 1 between 2. We count every time. So, it comes out like everybody, there's basically one naan between 2, but you rigorously go through it. I do appreciate that, because I like things to be shared properly, evenly. But...
Oh no, it's out of stock. Fuck.
Jammy bastard.
That's how good it is. It's so in demand.
No sauce in a biryani. It usually comes with a side of veg curry, which has... That's the bit I'm talking. It's the veg... the biryani bit itself, the ricey bit doesn't have, but the veg curry has
Nobody
the biryani
wants a
sauce.
vegetable curry. What a waste of a curry.
This is no place for jokes, Alex. A naan is at stake. Let's go to Dishoom. I want a naan right now. Let's go and buy a naan.
I'll eat a naan.
Yeah, I want a naan.
Can I have a culture naan? Or a tikka naan?
can have whichever naan you desire.
I like a naan with meat in it.
50p for Captain Brilliant. He normally does things for £1, but I think it'd have to be more for that.
Yeah, inflation and all that. Here's one that's the same but more expensive. Well, it's not. I don't know if I can trust the zapping power of another one. Like, I've got this one in my hand and I know how zappy it is. So
how are you going to keep them down on the farm after you've seen Zap?
Maybe we should wait and see if the other one comes back in stock.
Unpopular opinion, says Scottish Soul. Unpopular take. I don't like dipping my naan. I eat it dry. I don't really eat a lot of naan, so I think I'd probably do a mix of both. It looks like you're looking ready to kill something. Yeah, I don't really have I'm not a big naan kind of guy because it's quite carby. Not like often too.
I like a naan, and I do like to dip it.
I like to dip it.
I do.
Tom, put shiny zappy people over the edit of this fly compilation.
There's plenty of fly zapping goodness to make into a reel on this one. So yes, let's render a judgment, shall we?
Judgment.
Am I the arsehole for not letting my girlfriend eat the naan bread we ordered?
Yes, you terrible cunt.
Buy another naan, you arsehole.
Yes. You're withholding the thing that belongs to her just because you have perceived it. She's not allowed to have it. You're a prick, mate. Just buy more stuff.
Go to a different Indian restaurant that doesn't cost so much.
She's never going to share anything with you. Not naans, not fries, not
her vulva B.
No, she's not. You ain't getting in a vulva B.
You ain't getting no vulva B. You ain't dipping your naan in her vulva B, let me tell you.
You're getting Yutma. It's brilliant. It was a good one. It was a really good one. Well, we got one more, and then we're going to wrap up. Thanks so much for coming along tonight. We've got this one I'm going to read, and then it's peace out.
Deuces.
And we're going to be leaving, getting in a car, and going to the nearest naan selling place and stuffing our fucking faces.
Fuck that, we'll get it delivered.
Oh, yeah.
No need to move.
Oh, yeah. What a time to be alive, Jeremy.
You don't even need to leave your premises for naan. Somebody will bring a naan to you.
Hey, Siri, send me a naan.
Naans are us? Yeah, I'd like a naan, please. What do you mean?
Set the alarm for when? Shut up, Siri, I said naan.
What do you mean, are you going to dip it in your curry? Of course I'm not going to dip... Just bring me a naan.
Give me a naan, stat. Nearest naan dispensary.
Only naans.
Very good, very
Excellent.
good. That's Tamsin would have been proud of that one.
You're fitting well here, Scottish Soul.
Absolutely, that was a good one.
Do come back.
Triggered my Siri, you prick. Alexa, play September by Earth, Wind and Fire. Now, I'm going to do this one.
Alexa, add fly tennis racket to my shopping list.
Yeah, 100%. Hell yeah! Am I the arsehole for telling my husband to stop participating in a hobby?
I'm going to go with yes as an initial knee-jerk judgment.
Anyone else want to jump in? Am I the arsehole for telling my husband to stop participating in a hobby?
I mean, unless that hobby is stabbing people.
Talking about hobbies, by the way, I met my I already knew him. I saw my downstairs neighbour who used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, and he's told me he's got into Warhammer. You know Warhammer?
I am familiar with Warhammer.
I am the greatest nerd that ever lived, in the sense that I've done every nerdery thing in terms of kind of.
You're the nerdiest nerd that ever nerded.
Oh yeah, I do video games, tabletop role playing, live action role playing, every sort of board game, all this sort of stuff. But I've never ever played Warhammer, and that is a hobby. I don't think this is going to be this guy's hobby, but I spent all last night looking at potential armies to paint, and I haven't got enough time for other hobbies.
You haven't got enough time for another hobby. You haven't got enough time for the hobbies you've already got.
But I know, right? All right, Letha. But if any of you guys do play Warhammer, I'd love to chat to you about it because
he's going to add that to the list of hobbies he hasn't got time for.
I want to do it. Anyway, right. Am I the arsehole for telling my husband to stop participating in a hobby? Hi. Nice.
Hello.
Hello. I have been married to my husband for 6 years now. He has always been a charming and lovely person, and I also have one son who is 15, not his son. My husband has always had a love of acting and playing different characters. Wow, those winter nights must just fly by. My husband has always had a love for acting and playing different characters, but what happened yesterday just freaked both me and my son out so much. My son walked in on him and found out that in his drawer he has been keeping wigs of hair types and colours that are supposed to look similar to the people he knows in real life. I'm just going to read that again. My son walked in on him and found out that in his drawer he has been keeping wigs of hair types and colours that are supposed to look similar to the people he knows in real life, with name tags on them. I even found wigs similar to my and my son's hair in the drawer, with our names written on them. She puts a lotion on her skin. It's so weird. He has been using these wigs to act out our personalities and conversations and make hypothetical scenarios that he acts out by switching wigs in between dialogues. He put on a one-man show of Oliver Twist and made us watch. So like Arya Stark. Yes. Only it isn't Arya. In the truest sense
and it's
of
the entire face. It's not the entire face. It's just hair.
My son told me what happened and was very freaked out about his strange acting obsession with acting out our daily life and the voice changes he creates when going from person to person. I want some Cheerios. Well, you can't have any Cheerios. Well, I want some Cheerios. And you're just like, I don't know why Cheerios, but is he building up to an Edinburgh show? That would be amazing. I had a talk with him about it and told him that it was very creepy. Because it is.
Is it, though?
I think it's a bit creepy. To have names of people's, and it's got hair in a drawer.
Well,
it's not their hair.
So you make sure you're pretending to be the right person with the right hair.
Of course. And then I wanted him to stop because it was making both of us uncomfortable to know that he would just act people out like they're fictional characters and not real people with feelings. Actually, that's kind of funny. Now he's a bit upset with me for telling him that. I know that he has his own hobbies. Is this a hobby? Warhammer's a hobby. Like, literally, if you're playing it, let me know.
Is it, though?
Hobby. Yeah, Warhammer is definitely a hobby. Whether this is a hobby,
Isn't
I
it
don't know.
just painting and decorating? Is that a hobby?
And then you fight.
Well, you don't.
Well, I haven't done either yet.
Your little painted things do.
Well, you have to... Well, they're not autonomous. They don't just do it on their own. You have to push them. They push them around the board.
Oh, that sounds shit then. I want them to fight on them by themselves.
That would be great. I know that he has his own hobbies and he's doing it in private, but it just makes me feel weirded out. So, am I the arsehole? Basically, for telling him to stop.
So, am I the only am I the only person that doesn't have a problem with this then?
Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Like,
he has a drawer full of wigs of hair types and colours that are supposed to look like people he knows, and then you come round and I'm doing an impression of you and Keris.
Yeah.
And like, I do put your hair on, and then I put Keris's hair on. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Or something like that. That's my Keris impression.
He's just acting.
It's acting.
He's method acting, though, with people's, like, to look like people. How is this any different from wearing a costume?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they haven't found the wardrobe with all the clothes of all the people he knows. If he was cross-dressing in secret, a conversation is needed. But
even if he was cross-dressing in secret, it's not hurting anyone.
But the acting, this isn't harmful. You can't tell people to stop doing things they love, but you can dump them. You're probably right. It feels creepy, It's like a drawer full of wigs.
Yeah, but it's not actual hair. He's not fucking scalped people. He's just bought some wigs on eBay.
It sounds absolutely fucking tedious.
I mean, yeah, it's boring as fuck, and if that's what he wants to do, more power to him. But, like, I don't think it's creepy, and I think the suggestion that it's creepy is a bit, I think you're shaming for no reason there.
Well, I think it is, the way it's said is quite weird.
Well, yeah, from her point of view, of course it is.
You suddenly discover
I found something that I think is weird. Here is how it's weird.
I just, like, if I opened a drawer and saw a load of wigs with people's names on it, I'd be like, what? Why does this say...
I mean, it's worth a conversation. It's like, why are you doing this? Why do you feel the need to do this?
Awkward, creepy.
But...
yeah. There's a word for it. We'll get there. But, I mean, it's certainly not something... I think we'd all be surprised to see it, would we not?
Yeah, awkward does not equal creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's not hurting anyone. He's not doing it in a malicious way. Fucking let him put his wigs on and pretend to be the cleaner from downstairs. Who gives a fuck? There are bigger things to worry about.
There are certainly bigger things to worry about. Hello, Indecisive Elf. You come in just at the end.
Right.
It's the same as finding your mum's dildo. With her name on it. Little name tag on it. Well, I think... So, am I the arsehole for telling my husband to stop participating in a hobby?
I think you are.
I think you've got to let him play out characters.
Yeah. If you are not happy with... I'm with you. It's not really a hobby. It's just a thing.
No.
It's a thing he does. But if you're not happy with it, then you need to end the relationship. I don't think you have any right to shame him for what is an innocuous thing, frankly.
Yes.
So, yeah. What do the people think?
What do the people think? I think they probably feel it's probably reasonably innocuous.
I don't know. It seemed that people were pretty, weirded out by his hobby.
I think partners should join in, collaborate, and listen.
There you go.
Everyone gets involved.
So yeah, you get a wig that's a him wig, and she wears it, and then you wear her wig, and then you pretend to be each other. Why the fuck not? I think she needs to find out why. Yeah, there is probably some underlying thing here. I don't understand what's creepy about it though.
Do you not?
No, I really don't.
I just think that it's one thing if it was like I think the distinction here that I'm drawing is if this was like an acting thing, and which it is, but and it was a costumey thing, and you're like, these are all costumes and stuff like that. I think it's it's like if this were a horror movie and you just open this drawer and it's like wigs, names, that's what's weird about it. But I think it would be a strange thing to discover, but the act of just being different people for fun isn't creepy. But if I just opened a drawer and it was like, wigs, and this is Bob from down the road, and this is Fred that runs the newsagent, I'd be like,
the thing is, if it's just in the drawer, he's clearly made no effort to hide it. He's not interested in hiding this. She's just not paid any attention to his hobbies or to what he does.
How she's never seen this before.
Yeah. She's obviously not paid enough attention to him at any point
married
to realise
for 6 years.
That this is a thing that he does. How have you not known he does this for 6 years? You're the arsehole. I'm convinced.
Attention.
You're an arsehole. Am I the... what is it?
I have a Jez wig and an Alex bald cap. I'm not creepy.
I wouldn't think you were if you genuinely did, honestly. It's just an acting thing.
It is just an acting thing. It's fine.
Yeah. He's not using it to be deviant in any way. It's just putting on a wig and putting on a funny voice. Let him do his little play acting in his bedroom. Who gives a shit?
And if you don't like it, stop being with him.
Yeah, just leave and take your son that isn't his son away as well. Like, that's the hill that you'll die on, that he puts wigs on and pretends to be other people. He's not fiddling with your kid or cheating on you. Who gives a fuck? What's the line again? Am I the arsehole for?
Telling my husband to stop participating in a hobby.
Yes, you are. Massive arsehole. I seem to have come down very hard on this in the end.
Just said hard on. I am really hungry. I just sitting there, just at the end of that, and think, God, I'm hungry, and all I want is a fucking naan. I just want a naan. I don't really want one because it's very carby, but I do really want one. Oh, bollocks, say that. I very rarely don't get it through the gaping hole.
It's not true. It's not true at all.
Guys, thank you very much for Naan bread 1 is outrageous. I still can't get over it. That was the best one.
That is a good one.
That was the best one.
Yeah. Jess has a drawer full of wigs. Now I've got a drawer full of dildos, Hamza. There's a difference.
I wonder if there's a Tamsinaki wig.
Each dildo has got one of your names etched into it.
It's like if you have the bullet with your name on it, you can't get shot by it. If you've got the dildo with your name on it, you'll never get fucked by it, presumably. So yes, we need to put together Brogan's 11 so we can go and steal the clock from...
I don't think the clock's going to be long enough to put this heist together. I'm going to steal it on my way home.
Good plan. Son of a bitch, I'm in. Just replace it with a naan.
Yeah.
There's just one naan there like it's Indiana Jones.
Naan on a hook. Only a plain naan, though. I'm not savage.
Not splashing out.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I brought it indoors. Well, it's outdoors?
Yeah, she's put it out on the wall. On the
Why
front
was
of
it
our
out?
house.
Why is it an outdoor clock?
Every clock's an outdoor clock if you put it outside.
I hadn't considered it.
That's a tip you can take to the bank.
Well, listen. We got to go.
Yeah, we
guys.
need naan breads, vulvas. What else do we need?
If you've enjoyed it, and thank you very much, several new people jumping in. Really pleased that you came along. We'll be back next Tuesday with more of this shit. I'm really tempted to do Am I the Arse at the beginning again because it really kicked things off in a fun way. I kind of liked it. But whatever we do, Mario remains in the sea, and I love it. I love it. Anything else you want to... The midnight Nandit strikes again.
Yeah, I'm going to say something now that I'm surprised I've never said before on this show, especially considering when we do this so regularly.
Yes.
See you next Tuesday.
Outset.